MCG, Carlton and Essendon for Sunday night footy. The teams are in and they are going in as selected. Just confirming Mason Redman and out for Essendon yesterday. Harry Mackay also not playing for the Blues. Subs will be Wilbur White. Will White, we'll call him, for Carlton, and Archer Day Wicks for the Bombers. Great to have the People's Caller Barry Denny here for the first time tonight. This is like when Elvis walks in the building. There's a certain aura, a certain presence about the great man. Good to see you, Baz.
Well, there was Crosby, Stills and Nash, and now there's and Young. And that's me, Jack, when I come in. And it's great to be here, boys. And a big Bombers. Jeez, they got some heat, these two.
Yeah, big game. But there's a couple of other things I want to talk to you about first, peoples. When we left Skoda Stadium last weekend, or as they call it now, NG.
Yes.
As they call it that, you were telling us you had a personal trainer as appointment on Thursday. Can you just fill us in how that went?
I'll roll up. I don't know how you got all that. You've got a great memory. I did roll up. I went to the appointment, but apparently I was supposed to have runners. I've rolled up in my jeans and shirt, and I said, I thought we were just talking. Talking's not going to do much good for you, mate. You need to do more than talk. So it didn't go overly well. Joey Pignataro, he's looking after me, Joey. He's got someone to give me a call. He did call me. 3 days ago, this bloke called me and I said, mate, I'm just getting on a plane. I'll ring you back. It's 3 days ago. I think they're thinking I'm a bit of a flake. Look who's walked in.
Oh, gee.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Mickey Roberts. Looking smooth.
Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Hey, you gonna do the hair or just wear the nice suit?
For those who are listening, the great Mickey Roberts, the OG on the boundary of Triple M Footy, has just walked into the box in a full suit, a beautiful designer suit.
It looks very good.
You know what I can smell, Baz?
Yeah.
Cash.
Money.
Yeah. I smell cash in the air. That's a man who's done a pre-game function and is going to walk away with full pockets from it as well.
That or he's back on Channel 9. I don't know.
Hey, talking about cash, I'm running a marathon in South Africa next weekend on Saturday, the Big 5 marathon.
Yes.
Doing the safari and all that jazz, but you're able to donate, and it's to Carries for brain cancer. So a brilliant foundation. They do great work, and they've created great awareness around it. But I was having a look at the people that donated to the cause, and I'm fortunate enough that a lot of people have jumped on board and thrown a bit of money to support the run that we're doing, and a lot of money going to the foundation. And the great Barry Denner has donated, and he's donated a nice chunk of money, Mickey. And I'm just going through, and it says from, and he's put it as the People's Caller.
I may have been deeper into the night. I'm a third person myself. I've lost it, Jack. Seriously, you need to have a coffee with me.
Well, it must have been late in the night with how much you dropped.
It was. Anyway, Mrs. Denner, it wasn't that, mate. Let's move on.
Speaking of needing help, how was the nation's capital last night?
Oh, jeez, it was good. I tell you what, that Jude Bolton can go, sort of post-match activity. Yeah, he should have. It was like the greyhounds when they lift the gate.
What, you end up in Fishwick?
I tell you what, Jude Bolton, where's the red? He's on the inside lane. No, we had a good night. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, very good.
Good.
The footy was great.
It's beautiful up there, Monica. There's a beautiful, nice establishment just outside the grounds, and a lovely place to stay.
I love a road trip.
Oh, yes, you do.
Doesn't Tim Solly get loose on the road?
He gets very excited, I think.
I reckon halfway through the first quarter, and you had this experience, Jack, halfway through the first term, he's whispered to me, we're having a couple after the game.
Does his voice
get in the first quarter.
Does his voice get better later in the night?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's better. He starts really pouring it out.
I had one with him last year where we were in Canberra, I think, actually, and they were running through the banner. The game hadn't even started yet, and we weren't on it yet, and Tim just looked at me and goes, we're having a couple of beers there, aren't we? I said, maybe we'll just do the game first, Timmy.
Well, Timmy told me he's got an electric vehicle, and the charging point is around the corner from his house. And he bought this car because it just so happens that the charging point is next to the pub. And he can get 2 off the Pine before his car's fully charged.
Well, he's a thinking man.
A good operator.
He was born at night, not last night.
Exactly.
He's very clever.
No, he's very good.
Nick Bryan's very clever as well. He's been waiting patiently while we've just been waffling on up here. He's there for Bob Jane Teamarts, who have got a great buy 3. Get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. You can call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Nick, thanks for your time, mate. Thanks for joining us on Triple M Footy.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
How are you coming along, first and foremost? We'll get the hard one out of the way. How is the recovery?
Yeah, the recovery's going well. Mentally, I feel like I'm in a good place. Obviously, was initially very devastated with my season ending very early, and in the nature it did. But yeah, physically, I'm getting a lot better. Feeling much more normal. I'm back driving, walking around. progressing well in the gym, and yeah, I feel like I'm in a good place.
Nick, growing up, I was a big Carlton fan, and the Carlton-Essendon rivalry was as big as it gets. Is it still like that? Has Scotty pumped the boys up internally? Do you make a big deal about it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's probably the two, the two biggest Melbourne teams. And yeah, whenever they get down to MCG and play, it's always a big game. And yeah, Scotty's pumped the boys up for it.
Hey, Nick, obviously you're spending a fair bit of time on the sidelines at the moment, and I with my spare time, I like to go to the wine feeds and things like that. So
well, you don't go to the gym.
No, I don't go to the gym, Nick. But what are you how are you occupying yourself while you got to sit out of this great game?
Yeah, well, at the moment I'm pretty busy doing rehab. I mean, I'm at uni doing study, trying to get myself busy there. But
what are you studying, Nick?
I'm doing business at Monash. No, it's a good question. I feel like I do have a bit of time on my hands. I'm still trying to figure out how to make up that time. If you guys got any ideas?
Well, you obviously don't have kids.
No kids. Not yet.
Yeah, because if you want to lose all your time, Nick, that's how you lose it. You have kids.
And I was only kidding, Nick. I do a lot as well. So.
Mate, I want to touch on a couple of your players. First, Jai Caldwell. Tell us a little bit about him. He's missed a couple of games, but he's having a fantastic season.
Yeah, he's having a good season. Sorry. Yeah, he's an interesting man. He's pretty simple. He's actually just He's actually just got a new Land Rover. There's a fun fact for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's on a fair wicket, Geordie. But yeah, he's a good man. He's simple, but yeah, he goes hard at the contest.
And the other one is Nate Caddy. I don't think I've seen too many forwards come in of that age and be the main focal point of a forward line. And obviously, you're building at Essendon at the moment, but I just couldn't be more impressed with how he's going about it.
Yeah, he's really exciting, Cads. He's very relaxed, and he's got aura, Cads. He's very exciting to watch.
We like that word.
Yeah, all pre-season, he showed what he's got, and yeah, it's starting to show on the field, and yeah, it's really exciting.
Nick Bryan joining us here on Triple M Footy ahead of the Bombers and the Blues at the Triple M CG. Nick, tell us a little bit about Brad Scott. I mean, to be honest, as a competition, we admire the way that Chris and Brad go about coaching their teams. How's he been for you?
Yeah, he's been good. Yeah, he's pretty serious, Scotty. I feel like the boys kind of fear him a bit in a good way. His knowledge of the game is really good. And yeah, he's just got a really good calm edge about him. And yeah, I think the boys love being led by him.
Nick, I've got eyes on you. We're up in the media box here. You're looking around like a stunned...
Turn the other way. There you go.
It says in your Wikipedia profile, because we don't get weight anymore, that you're 101 kilos. I'm looking at you. I reckon you're $1.15 at least.
No, what am I? I was playing at around 104 this year, but I reckon I'm trying to. Well, during the rehab, I'll probably try to put on a few. Maybe, hopefully, play at 106 next year. That's probably the goal.
Yeah, that's a good weight to be. 106. I remember those days. Hey, Nick, Potty Goldstein. I mean, start of the year, he's mentoring you young blokes, and he's just showing you the way. And all of a sudden, there's nobody left. He's out there, and 36 years of age. It must be fascinating for you now to be able to watch the big man run around, where predominantly his role this year was going to be just giving you blokes a few tips.
Yeah, well, I think that's what he was prepared for, just to be, ready to go and mainly just coaching. But that's, really backflipped. And, he's taken it on well. He's super professional and, he was always ready to go. And he works really hard physically to, get his body ready to go. And, he's been performing well, which is good to see.
Tell us a little bit about Luaman Lawal, who makes his debut tonight. He's got the jumper presentation coming up very, very soon. But love these stories of guys who don't necessarily come from a traditional footy background and they get their opportunity like this.
Yeah, Lamont, he's just a really nice kid from Warrnambool, from the country, and yeah, really nice. He's come in, had to work hard, and yeah, he's always up there in the fitness tests, and he's worked really hard in his game. He's been playing, back, forward, wing, and throwing around a lot, and yeah, it's going to be really exciting to, see him and bring his flair because, he's an exciting player.
If Essendon are going to win tonight, mate, where are they going to get it done? You're coming up against a midfield that's been pretty formidable. They've dropped off a little bit the last couple of weeks, but where will Essendon get it done tonight?
Yeah, well, considering it's wet, I feel like it's going to be in the contest for us. Obviously they're pretty stacked in there, and we've got to match them and beat them there, and I feel like they'll get the job done for us.
Hey, Nick, just one more. Just obviously you're a very young group, and we always talk about what the feel is like inside, the different clubs that are happening at the moment. But is it enjoyable for you, blokes, because you are a young group coming through together? So none of you would feel like outsiders. I mean, you are the main group at this age. So does that make it even more enjoyable with footy at this level?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, we've got a lot of guys in the team who are at similar age and a lot, obviously pretty young. But we're not using that as an excuse. We feel like we're ready to push, into the later part of the year and be a strong contender, and, we're not using that as an excuse. But, it does make it enjoyable, and, there's good vibes amongst the group.
Nick, good luck with the recovery. Glad to hear that it's all going really well. You're back in the gym and you're back starting to get some normality about life. And thanks for chatting to us tonight on Triple M Footy.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
He's a good young man, isn't he? Nick Bryan joining us downstairs. Baz, I think you'll like him in years to come.
No, he's good. Not too sure if we can trust him, though. He's got 2 first names. But anyway.
You've got to be careful of those sorts of people. Bounce time next. Carlton and Essendon. Crowd building here at the MCG for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus, receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range. Best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong, long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus, receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range. Best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest winter sale now on, in-store and online.
Oh, we are just about ready to go here at the MCG now. 2 old rivals going head-to-head for the 254th time. The Bombers and the Blues, and Carlton have won 6 of their last 7 games against the Sashers coming into tonight and bring in a big advantage as well. About 5 minutes away from the bounce of the ball for Macca's. The new McSmart meal is here. You can get a cheeseburger, small fries and a soft drink plus your choice of sides for just $6.95. T's and C's apply. Isaac Smith, Barry Denner, Jack Heverin. We've heard from Pete Hawley earlier on tonight, but he's downstairs for Bob Jane Team Arts on a pretty chilly night down there, Halls.
Yeah, it is, and I tell you what, I'm glad you brought up rivals, because one of our counterparts here sitting next to me just got handed some hot hands from somebody on the bench, so I'm still yet to have that. I don't think I'll need it just yet. 10 degrees it says. It probably feels exactly like that as well, but everything looks really good down here. 2 changes for the Bombers. Redmond, the big out, as you mentioned. Parrish back in for the first time this season. Lumen Lawal 2 debut. The sub is Archie Day Wicks, and 5 changes for the Blues, with Harry Mackay out being the biggest one. I tell you what, the debutant Hudson O'Keefe, I was down on the ground talking to Tim Clark before. He is an absolute specimen. Haircut and all. I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to roll out there, and their sub will be Will White.
Great work by you, Hills, down there all night long for Bob Jane Team Arts, who have got a great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. You can call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Now, Baz,
yes,
you're very excited to be here, of course.
Yes,
as are Isaac and I.
Yep.
I'm just not sure whether Ash Chua is as excited to be here, because North Melbourne had a win today. This could have been a really good night in the spa for you, Ash, but instead you're here with us, so welcome.
Yeah, that's right. And Mrs. Chu, she was up and about before I left home this afternoon, and thank God we managed to bank the 4 points, Baz. So the spa survives another week. But no, great to be working with wonderful human beings in the Triple M commentary box. Wouldn't have it any other way.
So what's the etiquette with the spa in that case? Do you kind of just bank it for tomorrow or for tomorrow night, or what happens here? Because you don't win every week.
Look, I don't know whether you've heard this cliche before, Jake, but we just take it 1 week at a time for Triple M Red's Head. That's all you can do as a North Melbourne supporter. Just got to be in the moment. There's another cliche, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
That's all we can do.
Ash, hit us with a couple of numbers for tonight's game, please.
Well, Baz, these are some positives for the Bombers.
Yes.
They've won 6 out of their past 9. They welcome back Darcy Parish for his first game of the season. You know what, since 2022 he's only played 58% of matches for the Bombers, 46 out of a possible 79 games, but back in 21 and 22 he recorded 40 plus disposals on 5 occasions. So he knows how to rack up possessions. Whereas for the Blues, there's a couple of concerns for them. You look at their kicks inside 50, there's 17th for marks retained and 17th for goal scoring efficiency, and just Patrick Cripps, his play rating has dropped by 29% in comparison to last season, down by 18% with disposals and clearances, and only averages 21 against the Bombers from 11 career matches, which is his lowest disposal average against all of the opposition teams in the comp.
Very nice, very sharp, Ash.
Oh, yes. He's standing in the middle right now. Patrick Cripps, Zach Merritt alongside him. 2 of the premier captains in the AFL. What are you expecting from an Essendon point of view with Cripps? Is he someone going head-to-head with him, or do they lock someone down? How do they play that?
I think initially the Bombers just need to back their system in and see what they can do early. I'm not sure you want to go to a Carlton player and, say, be negating straight away. I think Essendon got to back what they've been doing in. And it depends what week we get to what Essendon we see. So, you know, a few weeks ago they played against the Doggies and they were beaten by 91 points. And it felt like they couldn't get anything going that night. But then they beat Richmond well, which Richmond are down the bottom end of the ladder. But then they come up against Brisbane and they had a really good showing against Brisbane. So, to be honest, both sides, I'm just not sure what we're going to get tonight. And I know, Barry, you're hoping we get the best of Essendon, but hopefully we just get a cracking game of football.
Yeah, no doubt. I reckon the Bombers' front half is starting to see. The back half's going to be Mackay, Redmond, no Ridley tonight. So that they're hard players to cover.
If Carlton, where they are strong, get on top early inside, then you think it's going to be hard for them, Essendon, to stop. The hard thing is their front half, their main guy in there is still so young, so there'll be a little bit of inconsistencies there, but I just love how Caddy's going about it. Let's hope we get an absolute ripper here at the G. It looks pretty full, and 2 great rivals going at it.
Yes, and a beautiful night for footy, no doubt about it. For McDonald's and Room Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. It'll be the Blues to the city end, to the right of where we sit in the Triple M box. The bounce is good. Big Toddy Goldstein, one of the oldest men in the stadium, got a hand on the footy. Down towards centre field, he's wrapped up in a tackle by Walsh. Hand pass backwards and a quick kick out of the pack from Durham, but the mark has been taken by Akers on the wing broadcast side of the ground for the Blues.
He moves it on quickly, Blake Akers, subbed out last week. had a pretty challenging afternoon against GWS. Fogarty got a handball on that wasn't a handball. It was a throw, according to the umpire.
Time, play on.
And the Bombers kicking to the punt road end in this opening quarter. They possess through half-back.
Play on.
And Nick Martin,
You kick, play.
he was at 35 and 2, 29 and 2 goals.
Outside
In his
five.
last 2 games, he's been the form player of the Bombers.
Play on. Yours, mate.
Looks for the short kick to McGrath from half-back.
And he drives it over the wing, and a big leap from behind by Peter Wright, but in front was brilliant to Koenig.
Brilliant mark.
That was fantastic. Just vice-like grip on the foot he is, wasn't it? He goes backwards with his kick inside defensive 50 to the
I've got it, Gia.
former Giant in Haynes. And what have we got here? A 50.
50.
What was that for, Ish?
Didn't stand still on the mark by the look of it.
Just like my kids, just couldn't stand still. Hand pass off to Haynes in the centre of the ground. He delivers to half forward for the Blues.
It's an aggressive kick too. Sard on the move. In rhythm. 48 metres out. Blues have got the first. Lightning start. A minute 28 in, they're one straight 6. Bombers yet to score. Triple M Drummond Golf scoreboard.
So the Blues had the bye, and it looks like they want to go direct, take the game on, and that was just a brilliant kick. Get the 50-metre penalty, but only got 20 metres into the 50-metre penalty and decided to rip the kick. Sard running past, expecting that the handball would be given, and knocks it over. That's the complete opposite to what we saw with Essendon's first chain there. They got the ball. Merrick got a handball for some reason, running skinny side, where all Carlton defenders were set up, had to then kick backwards. They kicked down the line to TDK, who they know is going to be brutal in the contest, and they just looked a bit safe, Essendon, compared to what Carlton look like at the moment.
Four-time Premiership superstar Isaac Smith here. Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. And from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Big Goldstein in the ruck, tapped it to his toes. The ball bounced back to him. It was deemed a throw, and he bounced back, was thrown to him. And the Blues will get the free kick in the centre of the ground. And Cheryl will take it. It was real short to Walshy. The ball went sideways and he tried to dive and trap it. Merritt got in the way at half back. Hand pass to Martin, back to Merritt. He runs off half back, delivers out here to the wing to Lual. The debutant for the Bombers, punched out of his hands by Sard, the former Bomber, and the ball goes out of bounds.
I think you're being kind to Walsh there that the kick went sideways. I think Walsh tripped over his own feet in the middle of the ground.
Yes. I went through that late last night. It happened to anyone.
I reckon you and Walsh are in two different states, though.
Yes.
Literally and metaphorically.
One's a little more professional than the other, I think. Thrown in. Members wing here at the Triple MCG. Kicked off the ground by Cripps, gains a couple of metres, and then Merritt takes it over the line and out of bounds. Nick Martin, Zach Merritt early on, Ash Chua, Red Z Lending.
Nick Martin, 3 disposals. Zach Merritt also with 3.
So the Bombers have lost 2 of their last 3. We saw the best of them from a losing point of view against Brisbane last week, and 2 weeks before that they were absolutely smashed by the Western Bulldogs to the tune of 91 points. Not totally sure what we're going to get tonight. And Carlton got the first after a couple of minutes.
I know Martin and Merritt got their hands on the ball early, but it's all been in the back half. They haven't looked like going anywhere forward at the moment, and we don't want to see that. We want to see them penetrating, taking the game on, and hitting it inside 50.
DeCarning worked well in the ruck against Goldstein, shoved off him, tapped down to Cherry, who's wrapped up in a tackle immediately. Mike Corbell, the umpire, to ball it up.
Behind me.
Sort of a crowd we're going to get here tonight, Ash.
Good crowd, I reckon about 75,000, Baz.
I think Jack said earlier, 88 was the corresponding game last year, is that right, Jack?
Yeah.
So, big numbers, these two sides. They don't like each other. Durham grabs it out of the pack, and he kicks a long ball inside for Essendon. And Caddy was pushed out of position. Carroll at the bottom of the pack for the Blues. Hand passed in towards the centre of the ground. Durham tracked it. He's met by McGovern and wrapped up in a tackle in the centre of the ground. The umpire will come in and ball it up. The Blues have got a goal. Bombers yet to score.
Tom, here.
The corresponding fixture last year, Carlton won by 26 points, put on 5 goals in the last quarter to put the game to bed. As Baz said, it was a big crowd on that night. Chilly one this evening. Lual, the debutant at half forward, engages in a wrestle with Carroll. Neither could mark. And Sard, the goal kicker. Clever little kick around the corner was okay. Not sure that Walsh was the intended target, but it works. And he goes with a short kick to Lord.
A little short one again from Lord, and he gives it over to his teammate in Hollands by foot. Short past McGovern, good. He's 65 from home. DeConing just wandered into forward 50. and he's marked 45 out on a slight angle city end.
Yeah, I'm loving Carlton's mentality at the moment. They want to go fast. As soon as they mark the ball, they're looking straight ahead. They're not looking to possess the ball at all. They're hitting their kicks. The concerning thing for Essendon there, all their defenders had their backs facing the wrong way there. You want to be facing your own goals on your toes. They were all just waltzing back towards their goal under pressure.
Tommy's career set shots, 23 goals, 19 for set shots. This one won't be a goal. It lands short and it goes left and it's through for a point. Carlton 117. The Bombers are yet to score. We're ticking up to the 6-minute mark of the first term on the Triple M Drummond Golf scoreboard.
Oh, yes.
Drummond Golf, you're guilty.
Yes, please.
Play up.
Great partners of ours on Triple M footy.
Yep.
Bombers play the outer side. It's a long exit kick. Durham on the lead marks, and he wants to get things moving as well. Looks for Perkins on the wing. He's got worried out of it by Hollands, and Silvani back in the team tonight. Mops it up. Handball for Akers. Didn't do him a lot of favours. He runs out of room underneath the Shane Warne stand. Jack Silvani back in tonight, subbed out in round 10. That loss to Sydney with a groin complaint is putting together a very nice season before that injury.
Absolutely. So the Blues, a little bit of run and carry, a bit of corridor work. Have got the early goal. And the Bombers, can they answer? De Koning, slap to the side of the pack. Hollands sees the ball pushed his way, got smashed. Doherty picks it up, little hand pass to Walsh for the Blues. He kicks forward to the wing, that's okay. And young O'Keefe, the debutant for the Blues, has taken the mark. Goes short to Zach Williams. Low ball to the forward pocket. Good look at Big Charlie. He led hard and he's marked about 40 out. But he's only about 6 metres inside the boundary. He presents hard when he's... I know Big H is out tonight, but he sort of enjoys that paddock to himself.
Oh, I think like every key forward, when they go one out as the big boy inside 50, they find another leg, Barry.
He runs around, he hook it across his body, half post high, beautiful. Big Charlie, he's on the board early, and the Blues have got a couple at 2-1-13. The Bombers yet to score. 7.5 into the first term. Triple M Drummond Golf scoreboard. Drummond Golf, of course, Australia's biggest winter sale is on now, in-store and online.
Carlton attacking the game. They're going forward at all costs, and they're not mucking around with the footy. Give us some numbers, Stu, man.
Inside 50 is a 4-1 Carlton's way, and the concern for the Blues this year has been their scoring efficiency. They're ranked 18th, but from those 4 injuries, Izzy, they kicked 2 goals, 1.
It's only early. They've only been going 6 or 7 minutes, Izzy, but the Bombers just look a little bit flat-footed at the moment.
Yeah, they do look a little bit flat-footed. And I feel like the issue is they're trying to possess the ball a little bit. Carlton want to take this game on, and they're the aggressors. They look like they want to play positive football at the moment. I'm just not seeing that out of Essendon.
4-time premiership star Isaac Smith on Triple M footy for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. There's an early possession for Parrish in his first game for the season. Then a left foot ball goes inside 50. And Silvani for Carlton gets back, and then Doherty. Oh, it's a high up and under ball to half back. And it's knocked out of play by centre field. Bit of push and shove. Cripps is around there. Hobbs is around there. As you said, Baz, this is 2 teams who don't like each other.
No, they can't stand each other, the Blues and the Bombers. And they love getting the victory whenever they come up against each other. 6 grand finals they've played against each other, Jack. 3 apiece, 3 wins each. A long tradition. As Walsh at the bottom of the ground grabs it, little hand pass off towards his teammate in Hewitt. Now kick out of the pack to Cripps, who can go the Rolls Royce. Got space on the wing. Look at the delivery. Magnificent to Williams. He's 50 from home. He turns and has a look inside. Spots up his teammate in Motlop, and he'll go back and have a shot directly in front.
Yeah, he couldn't staff that up, Williams. He had a 2v1 inside 50. I'm not sure where the other Essendon defender ended up, but Carlton, they got back hard towards goal. Motlop, and I'm not sure who the other Carlton player was able to split the Essendon defender, and then Williams just picked probably the better option. I think it was McGovern there, picked the better option in front of goal, as you said, 20 metres out, straight in front.
Jesse Motlop. 52 games, and this would be his 50th career goal if he can pop it home, and he has. A little bit of a smile. Footy's good fun when you're going well. 3-1-19 Carlton, and the Bombers yet to score. And we're now ticking up to the 10-minute mark of the first term. Triple M Drummond Golf scoreboard.
I don't know what you have here, Two-Man, but give us something. Coming into this game, I would have said Carlton were favourites. They're 2 games behind Essendon on the ladder, but their percentage was 102%. I think Essendon's sitting around 84. I feel like Carlton are the stronger team, but the ladder doesn't suggest that.
Yeah, spot on. And percentage is a great indicator, because you look at the Bombers, they have the second worst average losing margin in the competition, just under 8 goals per game. And this is a concern for the Bombers as well. 19 out of the 19 points for the Blues have been generated across half-back. That is the danger zone in 2025 from scoring.
This is very concerning early if you're a Bombers fan. The Blues away to a fast start for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. De Koning puts it on a platter to the front of the stoppage for Walsh. Runs to 55. And misses to the left. But they are completely controlling this game in the first 11 minutes. They're 3-2-20. Bombers yet to score. Triple M Drum and Golf scoreboard.
So the skipper goes back to full back for the Bombers. What can he find? He's come straight up the ground. Dangerous kick, real dangerous. Turnover, hand pass to Williams. It came from Hewitt. Williams fires from 40 out. And he's missed. The Bombers let off the hook there.
I'm watching him.
He's low percentage kick.
Yeah, it was. And that shows Carlton's mentality, though. Hewitt intercepts the ball. He could have gone back and had a shot. Gave the handball off straight away when he knew Williams was under pressure. But they just want to get the ball moving at all costs, Carlton.
Zach Merritt from full-back. A lot of players unavailable tonight, the Bombers, and lost Mason Redman yesterday, but their concerns are greater than that right now. Perkins, a marking target on the wing. Couldn't drag it down, and then was taken in a tackle straight away by Hewitt and also by Holland. So Motlop, Curnow, Sard, the goal kickers for the Bombers, for the Blues. The Bombers yet to jag one.
So 21 points up, Carlton. And we're ticking up to the 12.5-minute mark of the first term. The ball slapped straight out of bounds. Shane Ward stands side of the ground.
Carlton have had 7 inside 50s, Stu, man. How many scores?
Yeah, for 6 scoring shots. As we said, they're 18th for scoring efficiency this year. 3 goals, 3.
Quickly, Red Z Lending stats with Ash there. Red Z Lending loans for the self-employed. REDZED.com. Boundary throwing. Now it's a fight for the footy. The ruckman tapped it behind. And the Blues win the fight again, as they've done all night so far. Quick kick out of the pack, will go to half forward. Setterfield gets in the way for the Bombers. Hand pass off to Merritt, another one to Corbell. Drills a kick along the wing out of side of the ground, and Caddy has come a long way from home to try and make a little bit of an impact early in the game, and he's taken the Mark Troop wing position out of side of the ground.
He was talked about after his game against Brisbane last week. Had that awesome overhead goal. Gresham, hot little handball to Dersmer in game number 100, who squares it up to the disciplined area. Martin got eased under the footy by Motlop. Did very well not to give away a free kick. And it's all Carlton. They lead by 21 points and they open up the outer side.
Yeah, and I just love what Motlop did there. He got back, helped in defence, 20 metres out from goal. He's doing it at both ends at the moment.
Akers to Hollands, who tried to kick the McGovern on the wing out of side of the ground. The ball fell short, and big 2-metre Peter Wright for the Bombers just punched it out of bounds.
Looks like Chincotta's running with Merritt. What we got told in the pre-game, True Man, what are the numbers?
Yeah, Zach Merritt, 6 disposals, but they've all been in the back half of the ground. Chincotta, he's had the 1 handball.
3-3-21 Carlton. The Bombers yet to score. 14 minutes first term.
So what's the thinking there? Is if you're the Blues, are you happy for Merritt to get all of those disposals that deep?
Yeah, 100%. Nothing has hurt them at all. It's not like Ryan Myers yesterday. Every time he got the ball, it was damaging.
Hewitt from outside 50 had time to size up an option. Laverty spoils a teammate. Cripps on the end of a handball, snaps too skinny. McGovern marks in the goal square. This is too easy.
Well, let me just explain this for the listener. So the ball's gone inside 50. It looked like Essendon were going to absolutely raffle it. 2 Essendon players spoiled themselves. Cripps then gets an easy snap on goal, misses it. McGovern in between 2 Essendon defenders ends up taking a mark.
14 minutes in, and this has got all the makings of a pumping.
That's a fair call.
The Bombers have got some serious work to do.
I'll rephrase it.
4-3-27, and they are yet to score. Triple M Drum and Golf scoreboard. Australia's biggest winter sale is on now, in store or online.
True Man, Carlton are dominating Essendon around the stoppage inside 50s, but where else are they smashing them?
Look at the uncontested marks, 17-5 Carlton's way, and Bombers pressure rating 166. The AFL average is 180. Blues going at 182.
And the Bombers have been swamped early by a very slick-looking Carlton outfit tonight. 4-3 plays zip. 15 minutes into the first term.
And Carlton fans will be saying, where's this been all season?
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Umpire sets up and bounces nicely in the centre. So we're underway again. Young O'Keefe got a hand on the footy towards Cripps. It was pushed out of his hands. Ends up with Durham for Essendon. So they get the clearing ball. Long one to Caddy, who marks right on 50, but he's boundary side in front of the Shane Warne stand. Dummies around the player on the mark. Kicks it to the hot spot at full forward. Young O'Keefe dropped back. Hobbs is there at ground level, front and square. Wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire will ball it up 15 metres directly in front of Essendon's goal.
Hudson, Essendon marks Peter.
He's a big boy, O'Keefe, isn't he?
He looked like a man playing with odds kickers when he went for that.
He is huge. Gresham can't get his kick away.
The other thing to watch out, if Essendon can get the ball inside 50, Caddy put about 4 metres on Wiedering in the space of about 10 metres.
There's Cripps at fullback. His kick was going down. Kako there. He was very unlucky, Isaac Kako. He tried to move the footy on. He had about 4 Carlton players dive into his back, and he's caught holding the ball. So the Blues play on out of defence through Doherty.
Essendon. Your kick.
So you can hear the umpire. It's a free to the Bombers. McGrath being held as the ball came in. So he's got it for the Bombers. He can send them in for a re-entry. Sort of, I think it was off the instep of his boot. Dersmer underneath it, as Jack said in game 100 tonight. Haynes has got it. He's pushed on his hand pass, went straight to Cornwall, but a beautiful smother on the kick by Haynes. Second effort brilliant, and he's punched it out of bounds about 53 around from the Bombers' goal.
Great turnover there by Essendon, but the problem was they had no one to go to inside 50. There was 4 spare Carlton defenders, so I'm not sure where all the Essendon numbers have got to.
It's the voice of Isaac Smith on Triple M footy. Little kick forward by Parrish. An opportunity for Gresham, but he's shielded away from the footy. Sark took the game on, was caught high.
Back here, please. Stand,
Carlton don't take the advantage, so the ball comes back to centre half back. 4-3-27 the Blues. Bombers yet to score as we tick past 17 minutes in the first term.
Long kick across the wing outer side of the ground for the Blues. Motlop at the full, the ball to 2-on-2. With Johnson with him for Essendon, tackles in towards the boundary line. It goes out of bounds. Both players happy to see it over.
Hudson.
Forward of the wing outer side. 4-3-27 the Blues. The Bombers yet to score. Choice Hotels around the grounds. Ash early today, please. Just a little bit of inflection in your voice for this one.
Kangaroos defeated the Eagles by 10 points, 9-8-62 to 6-16-52, Baz.
Oh, there's a lot of excitement with Ash early today.
It was never in doubt.
I love it when he's up and about. Doherty pushed it out to the advantage of Hollands for Carlton. They'll go again here. Got it to Hewitt. Delivery inside. Brilliant to Curto. Look at Big Chaz. Oh, he's having some fun tonight. He's marked this 49 out. And he's on a 45-degree angle. Plays on, runs around, throws it on the right. Long drop punt just across the face. And a score review because young Clark for the Bombers marked it perhaps inside the line. He doesn't think he has because he handed it straight back for the point to be brought back in. But we'll wait for the decision on the Harvey Norman replay.
Review underway.
And we just await and hushed silence around the MCG, Jack, for this one. And he's well over the line by the look of it. What do you reckon?
I'm just not sure how we go to the review for this.
Not sure either. There's a good chance to say this. Harvey Norman, half-yearly clearances on now. Don't miss unbeatable deals on tech, furniture, bedding and more. Go Harvey Norman. Best brands, best prices guaranteed, Jack. And we're still looking at the replay.
Review complete.
Yeah.
Looking at this angle, we see the ball's crossed the back of the behind line before being marked. Decision on the scoreboard.
An enormous amount behind the line. So that's it. 4-4-28. The Blues, the Bombers yet to score. Carlton magnificent thus far. 19 minutes first term.
You were just talking before, Izzy, about Nate Caddy. You could probably say the same thing about Curnow and Laverty at the other end.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. If Carlton get it in quick to Curnow, he could have one hell of a night.
Did an excellent job last week, Jaden Laverty against Eric Hipwood. But an informed Charlie Curnow is a whole different kettle of fish. Gresham on the wing. Got a handball away quickly, but missed Hobbs altogether. Holland splits the difference. First handball batted down. It fell back into his arms, and now he works together with Lord. 50-50 kick to the wing. Parrish knocked it away. Dersmer quick by hand, then Parrish. Then right. And then against the boundary line, little kick forward by Archie Roberts. Hobbs didn't time the jump that well. And Cooper Lord marks for the Blues.
Well, are we, Ash? 20 minutes in. Who's getting most of the footy at the moment?
Yeah, Sam Walsh, 6 disposals and 3 clearances. And for the Bombers, Merritt 6, all in the defensive half.
Carlton superb. Kick across the wing, broadcast side of the ground, but it's punched out of the pack to Parrish. Return for the Bombers, a scrubby kick off the boot, went straight to Lord, who got it to Doherty for Carlton. He's kicking delivery towards half forward. Good spoil on the footy by young Clark, but he's gone to ground. Fogarty's picked it up for Carlton. He's hand past the Rolls Royce Cripps. Cripper's gone to the forward pocket. He's got Fantasia sitting underneath it. And Orazio has taken the mark. No, free kick against him. The former Bomber, bit of joy for the Bomber fans who give him a bit of courage. Short kick to McGrath's too short. The Bombers in the back pocket trying to work it out.
4-4-28 the Blues. Bombers still yet to score. Jersman with a good mark. And they try and cut through the corridor. Access it now through Caldwell. Great long kick to Gresham, who got off the chain. He's got the debutant Lawal, who's run down from half back, and he finds him. And the young man should have a very special moment here. He's 15 out, almost directly in front. He should have no trouble kicking his first here. Is this his first kick?
Yeah, just a first kick, first goal club.
It is spot on. 287 in that club.
Let's go, young man.
Pick number 39 from the 2023 draft. The Bombers' 8th debutant of the year. On the biggest stage of them all. He has a moment he'll never forget. Lumon Lawal kicks a goal with his first kick at the elite level. His family's here tonight at the MCG and they are smiling from ear to ear. And the Bombers get the first their night. 1 straight 6 to the Blues. 4-4-28 Triple M Drummond Golf scoreboard.
Well, we're just looking here on the Harvey Norman replay, and Channel 7 have got his whole family there. They're all up, standing, big smiles on their faces. And what I loved was not only their family, but everyone else in front of them. It was high fives all around. Nothing better than those type of special moments in footy.
They got his dad to present his jumper to him pre-game, which is a very cool little touch.
That was magnificent. As you said, is there the great moments in footy, aren't they? Look at that family. Just absolute joy. Young man. That is brilliant. For McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Can he lift the Bombers? Because they've been smashed in this first term. There's no doubt about that. 22 points up the Blues. The bounce is good. Tap to the toes of the ruckman. And the umpire will call for a ball up. They'll flood in off the square.
Coming straight out that way, guys.
Okay, big Toddy Goldstein, one of the oldest men in the Southern Hemisphere. Taps it down towards Caldwell. Kick across his body high to half forward. Doherty back with a fly to the footy, brilliant. And he marks it true centre half back for the Blues.
He's nearly seen as many games as you've seen bars back.
That's right. And sadly, there's an element of truth in that.
Yep. And just like Toddy, Baz isn't done yet. So. The Bombers in possession at half-back. Zach Johnson in game number 2. Now half forward. Didn't arrive for Kako. And Nick Haynes, who's top 3 in the competition for marks this season, the former Giant.
And the other thing is, they look about the same. When Toddy's done from a game of football, he looks horrible. And Baz, you look no better when leaving.
Very pale tonight, Baz.
Yeah.
Turnover. Roberts.
A bit of work on myself.
Gave it straight back to the Blues. They've got a problem now. Kick goes over the head of De Koning. Pryor was onto it and snaffles it for the Bombers at half-back. He works together with Roberts, and here's Lawal, who kicked a goal. This is his second kick at the elite level.
Nice little pass it was as well. The Bombers through Johnson, then a short one to Caldwell. So he's marked boundary side, true wing position outer side of the ground. In front of the wonderful Shane Warne stand here at the MCG. Long and high kick to half forward. De Koning's been good, Ash, and he marks clean at half back for the Blues.
He's had 5 score involvements already, 3 disposals, 3 marks.
Weeder inside defensive 50. Sunday night footy here at the MCG. 5 minutes before quarter time. Listeners from around Australia and around the world.
Yeah.
Baz, if you're driving back from Bunbury, shout out to Lockie Reed, the Prince of Perth.
Oh, Lockie, what a start.
On his way back from Bunbury. I think the boss might be listening on assignment from Lords at the moment. The Triple M family is far and wide tonight.
He is on assignment because I just got an email from him, still working.
Yeah. I just got one too, actually. There's Stewart from just outside range, lays it off. Unselfish pass to Motlop. Gave a handball to Curnow. 48 metres out. Pull the trigger, Charlie. He's got 2. And the Blues drag that momentum back. 5-4-34 to 1 straight 6. Triple M drum and golf scoreboard.
Yeah, you mentioned it just before, Jack, but this is looking a little bit dangerous. I think they might need to change their ploy on Charlie Curnow. Carlton are going fast, no nonsense football, getting it through the middle of the ground and getting it straight to them. I did also hear that Ewan's email might have been automated, so not sure.
All right, let's go downstairs to Peter Hurley, who's a very good man for Bob Jane Team Arts.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on Paddy Cripps. He's coming back onto the field now, but tell you what, when Will Setterfield, who went to him at the start of the game, he came off for a spell about 5 minutes ago. Cripps was just running free. No one got a body on him at all, and Setterfield was not happy here on the boundary. We'll see if he goes to him back now. They're both in the middle.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. And a ripping start for Carlton in this first term. 26 minutes in. The Blues have banged 5 goals on the board to the Bombers 1. And they lead this by 28 points. The bounce was no good. Recalled. They reset and the umpire throws it up in the air. Goldstein tried to grab it out of the ruck, slipped through his fingers to Chera for Carlton. Little hand pass to Walsip, got it out of the centre again. Long kick inside forward 50. Bounced over the head of Motlop, got dragged without it. The umpire said, no, I'm going to let it go. Cripps tracks the footy. Dersman got in the way. He's tackled by Cripps. Goes to ground. The umpire to pull it up. They are very up and about the Blues tonight, Ash.
So just with the Blues, they've generated 26 out of their 34 points from half back. The AFL average for an entire game is 19.
Williams on the move for the stoppage. Tapped down to him. He had it for a while. Chincotta thrown into the ground by Martin. You heard the groans and the oohs and the ahs from the Carlton fans. Harvey Norman replay. He speared him.
Thanks.
Like Goldberg.
DeCarney grabbed it out of the ruck. Hand pass Walsh, hand pass Cripps. He won't break the tackle to Setterfield. Hand pass back to Walsh, all happening in the forward pocket. Hand pass back to Carney, pushed on the kick. Goes across the face of goal. Nick Martin just walked it through. The umpire said deliberate. It didn't look good, Iz. By the bucket eye. It didn't look flat.
That's not good.
No closer at the back.
As Williams turns around and kicks the goal for the Blues from 5 metres out. Oh, the Bombers, there's nothing happening for them tonight. 6-4-40 now, Carlton. And Essendon 1 straight goal, 27 and a half first term. Drum and golf scoreboard is a distance.
That looked like when a kid's doing something wrong and they get caught red-handed and they think, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yes.
That was just not good, was it?
No.
There's not much else you can say about it, to be honest.
You love to look at his face when he turns around and realises how putrid that must have looked.
Well, he's about to see the Harvey Norman replay on the big screen.
I think he thought he had a Carlton player within 20 metres of him.
Yes.
The closest Carlton player to him was on Lygon Street. There was no one near him.
He tried to tell the umpire it was momentum. Momentum took me over the line. Yep. Oh, well, here we go, Jeff.
Well, it makes sense because their momentum's not going forward at the moment.
No.
Momentum also took you to that bar in Canberra last night. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Rear clearance win for Setterfield, who goes long, but Silvani picks up from where he left off before he was injured.
Oh, right, Stephen.
And takes a good mark at fullback. He plays the outer side. Kick needed to be spot on for Fogarty. He's got some work to do. He's going to get it back at left half back. Careful little left foot pass for Cripps, who presents on the outer side wing. Unable to mark. Carroll takes the footy. Ball jar's free.
Throw in.
And Lual tackles Fogarty over the line and out of bounds. Thrown in. 3 minutes and 27 before quarter time. Isaac Smith, Seabus Super.
Oh, we touched base with Tim Clark, the Carlton midfield coach, before the game. We asked about Sam Walsh and where he's going to play. It looks like they've injected him into the game, Two-Man.
Number 1 ranked player, 9 disposals, 3 score involvements, and then 3 clearances.
Goldstein won the tap down towards John. Little hand pass Lual. He was tackled, went to ground. The umpire saw the ball spill out of his hands and players from both sides pounced on it.
Make that 6 score involvements.
Yeah, I was going to say he's doing well to have 9.
In front, straight behind.
All thrown in the air. Goldstein to Cody. Comes back with Lord. Tried to kick it off the ground. It bounced back off the shin of a bomber. Parrish had it, got smashed and got held, and he's got a free kick.
We have found out this week, Two-Man, though, you can always retract a statement.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice to have that as a buffer. Especially the Triple M commentary box. I don't think it always works so easy.
Well, Daisy Izzy had 4 quarters of trying to get Izzy to Daisy to comment on the umpires yesterday, and he wouldn't touch it. Jacko, Setterfield, all by hand. Harris from outside range. Right back's back. And he couldn't mark. Hobbs on the scene. Silvani at fullback. Cool in a crisis by hand to Akers and then to Sard, who very rarely kicks on the right foot. And that might be wide. Didn't clear the area. And marked by Angus Clark. In game number 3 tonight, he's just inside 50, a little worse than a 45-degree angle.
He's on the mark.
And his debut in round 11 and did it with a bang. 16 disposals, 3 goals. Against Richmond.
Play on.
And he's going to run around. And it starts to the left, and that's where it stays. Bombers 117, Blues 6-4-40. Triple M Drummond Golf scoreboard, a minute 58 before quarter time.
Yeah, it was one of the great debuts, wasn't it? And he let that go from 50, and that covered the fence. So he certainly got an eye for it.
Sard, short kick to the back pocket to Carroll for the Blues.
Do you have the tackle numbers for Essendon at the moment, Stu? It feels like they've missed a few.
They're a +7. I'll come back to you with their efficiency.
Yeah, well, that might not be right, but it just feels like they're very handsy at the moment.
Doherty. Kick was to him, and he kicked a long one out here to the wing broadcast side, and a couple of hands on the footy, sort of slipped out and went out of bounds. So a boundary throw in, just forward of the wing. The Bombers' way. They've got 1 goal, 117. Problem is the Blues have got 6. 6-4-40, 31 and a half minutes first term on the Drummond Golf scoreboard.
The Coliseum looks beautiful tonight, fully lit up, big crowd. Ash thinks about 75,000 people. Great atmosphere here tonight. McGrath at halfback can mop it up for the Bombers. Little 1-2.
Me.
And even wider again to Martin. And he waits for the Sharon to sit up for him. He's on defensive 50. Bombers kicking to the punt road end. They're a little uncertain. Perkins turns around and eventually is forced to kick to a contest. Great mark by Guelphy. He's Silvani under the footy on the wing.
He did. Little hand pass off to Martin, who delivers inside for Essendon. Off hands 40 from their goal. De Koning does the cleaning up at the back of the pack for Carlton with a hand pass to Sard. His real high kick's gone out of bounds on the full.
Gone through.
And Martin to bring it back in again for Essendon. He looks towards Setterfield just inside. Oh, well done, Carroll. Carroll read it beautifully. Stepped back inside defensive 50 for the Blues and sat underneath it and took the defensive mark.
The Blues bench are holding those signs up. Looks like the power down button. So they might try and close this quarter out, not concede another one. Perkins has other ideas for the Bombers. Clark taken to the boundary line. And the clock stops with 19 seconds left in this first term. The Blues have been spoken about a lot in recent weeks for their patchy form. They have responded so far tonight. 6-4-40 to 117.
Footy spins in. Have they got another crack? A little kick out of the pack their way. It's wide and to the boundary line, and it goes out of bounds. Big O'Keefe, 202 centimetres of him for the Blues. The debutant just dove at the footy and it went out of bounds.
Parrish has looked good early. Two-man after a long layoff.
Leading ball winner for the Bombers with 8 disposals and 3 clearances.
It'd have to be a catch and foot on goal for the Blues for another score here. At the moment, they lead it by 33 points.
And it'll take something pretty special from here, Baz. Throwing about 65 away from their goal. McGrath back to Martin, and the quarter-time siren will sound with a commanding opening term performance from Michael Voss's men. 6-4-40 to 117 on Sunday night footy here at the Triple MCG. Isaac Smith will break it all down on the other side of this. Ash Chua will have all the numbers that matter. We'll get the latest from Pete Hawley on the boundary. The people's caller, Barry Denner, is in the house, and that is all you need to know. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest winter sale now on, in-store and online.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Macca's new McSmart meal is here. Get a cheeseburger, small fries and soft drink, plus your choice of side for just $6.95. T's and C's apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Seabus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong, long-term returns for after the final whistle. Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range. Best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy. This quarter for Beacon Trade. Lighting, fans, electrical. They've got the gear for every job. Beacon Trade. Let's make light work.
Oh, great start to Sunday night footy for the Blues. They lead at quarter time, 6-4-40 to the Bombers, 1-1-7. We're here, of course, for McDonald's and for Ream Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, you ask your plumber to install a Ream, particularly on these cold, cold nights. Motlop, Williams, McGovern, Sard, all the single goal kickers for the Blues. Charlie Curnow has 2, and for the Bombers, the debutant Lumon Lawal is their solitary goal kicker. Ash Chua with all the first quarter Red Set lenders.
Well, the Blues only 2 more inside 50s, 13-11, but they went at 77% scoring efficiency, 10 scoring shots from those 13 entries. Their season average is only 40. And Sam Walsh, last 4 weeks, his player rating has dropped down by just under 50%. He's had 9 disposals, 6 score involvements and 3 clearances, and for the Bombers, Parrish leads the way with 8 touches.
Downstairs tonight for Bob Jane T-Marts, who have got a great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Pete Hooley.
Yeah, it's all been pretty quiet here in the first quarter. Beautiful conditions for footy here on a Sunday night. Looks like on the scoreboard just dipped below 10 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. The radar does look a little dicey maybe for the end of the game, but I'll keep you updated with that. And most thing that I saw was beautiful to see when Jesse Motlop came off late in that first quarter. Everyone on the bench really got around him, full of smiles as you'd expect, up 33 at quarter time. But he's been under the pump the last few weeks, so it was great to see his start to the game.
Isaac Smith's here tonight for Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Izzy, it was an onslaught from the Blues in the opening term.
Yeah, it was, and it sort of started from the first centre bounce. Carlton win the first centre bounce, Essendon get the turnover. Zach Merritt runs behind his teammate, gets the handball skinny side, and then they kick it into numbers. Carlton's defence is set up behind them, and as soon as Carlton turned it over, they wanted to change the angles and go straight through the middle of the ground. So the mindset of each side felt completely different in that quarter, and Carlton were able to get on top and absolutely dominate that quarter. So will Essendon change something? I'm not sure. I think Brad Scott would be a little bit concerned about getting opened up, but at the moment it feels like that may happen anyway.
From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. The Blues, the leading side, they lead by 33 points. We'll start the second term going to the famous punt road end of the MCG. The bounce is good. DeConey leapt over Goldstein, got it down to Hewitt and push
the ball.
for the Blues. It'll go to DeConey. It'll go back to the ruckman. And he'll send Carlton forward early in the first seconds of this second term. Drop punt will land about 25 out from goal. Big O'Keefe goes up the young man. Didn't mark later. Heavy tackle at ground level. Durham grabs it for Essendon halfback. Little hand pass over the top to Caldwell. A rush kick goes back into the centre of the ground and Wiedering lingers onto that. And he dove and took the mark right in the middle of the MCG.
Nice mark by Wiedering, then off to Hewitt, who's been one of Carlton's best this year. Kicks to a contest. Motlop's been lively. Got to the front but didn't mark. McGrath by hand a while has got some work to do, but he's been good in his first game. Tackled as soon as he got it. And the ball char's free. He's been paid insufficient in 10.
Mid-zone switch step.
I think he might be a little bit stiff there. Blues free kick, 60 out from goal.
Silvani to take it. It's off the instep of his boot. And Jack's just kicked it sideways out in the full. He doesn't think it was funny, but we do. So it's half back, and McGrath's going to bring it in for S.
I can understand you can do that on the golf course, but that's hard to do on a footy field.
He just kicked it straight out of bounds.
Duck hook left.
A little embarrassed. He wandered off. McGrath.
Oh, no one noticed anyway.
Nah, no one. Only 75,000. On the wing, we've got a fight for the footy, and there's heavy tackles laid. Ball pushed out the side of the pack. Good to see the umpire play here. Play got caught high front on contact. Durham it was, and in comes Saad, who wants to have a piece of him. Because the player on the ground that got hit was Chera, and he's still on his hands and knees. He's got the free.
Free kick's been
and in fact, his teammates are calling for trainers here.
Oh, he's lucky, Durham. He's lucky, Durham, that he didn't really get him with head down there. He sort of half got head, half got shoulder, but that looked nasty.
He'll get weeks for that.
Yeah, that looked really nasty.
Well, there's the Harvey Norman again, and just went for the bump rather than the ball is.
But that's sort of a position you don't normally bump in.
So
outside 5.
Chera's on the ground. He's okay at the moment. I'll have a look at it on the laptops downstairs. And Doctor will have a look at it and feel if he needs to come off for a check, he will. But at the moment, he's on the ground. Walsh will kick inside forward 50. The ball lands 40 out from the Blues' goal. Goes out of bounds. Peter Hurley for Bob Jane teammates.
It looked like he was about to come off Chera there, and Cripps pointed to stay back into the contest. They're definitely having a look at it. It was very ginger when he got up, and I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, I would think that Chera they'll at least do the assessment, won't they? Is he just go through the process, you'd imagine?
You'd think so. It looked like the majority of the force probably ended up through the shoulder. I think it was probably more of a shock for Chera.
DeConey is trying to kick that out of the rush and has put it into the second tier of the MCG.
And it's the same spot when Silvani did it. What's going on down there?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Is that like the Bermuda Triangle or something down there?
They say if you live long enough, you'll see everything. That is the first time I've ever seen anything like that. He's kicked that ball 45 metres into the stands, Tom DeConey. That's going to look piss funny on a replay too, I would have thought. There he is on the wing. Got a handball moving to Hewitt. Now Sada kicked the opening goal of the night, a minute in. High and long inside 50. O'Keefe presents.
Oh, the big boy.
Hudson O'Keefe in his first game. Hugs that one in tightly to his chest and marks 50 out, tucked away in the pocket.
He's about the size of the Hudson River. He's a massive man.
He's a huge specimen. Lays it off, didn't go for goal in the end. Bombers spoil each other. It should be right to clear here. Pryor kicks on the left foot around the corner.
Yeah, it's a high one. Caddy in a one-on-one. And he's worked off it. The ball bounced behind him. He goes out of bounds. In fact, it stayed in. Silvani's got it. just inside the boundary line, hand pass to Akers, who ran into right, and he pushed him out of bounds.
No, that's fair enough, Baz, that you thought that was out of bounds, because every player stopped. I think they all thought it was out of bounds as well.
Hold that meter.
A bit happening on the boundary line early in this second term. 6-4-40 the Blues. If you're just joining us, 1-1-7 of the Bombers. And we're 4.5 into the second term. The ball's on the wing, bounced into DeConing's arms. It'll hand pass for the Blues, who are dominating back of the pack to Akers, who found space and delivers a long high one inside.
He kicks to a pack as well. Curnow was active. Couldn't mark. Good tackle. Motlop lurking on the scene. 40 away from the Blues goal. Gresham threw it out. Better handball from Martin. Handball from Pryor was knocked down in the corridor. Carroll on the left foot. Puts it out into space. It was knocked away. Nice work by Pryor. Gresham avoids a tackle, goes back to Pryor in the pocket. Great pressure from the Blues. They close it down and get a stoppage in their own forward 50.
I just saw the Harvey Norman replay. Chera's still out there. It looked like it could have been a really nasty incident, but it looked like the majority of the force went through the shoulder. So fingers crossed he's A-OK.
So another boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket for Carlton. And they're pressing at the punt road end. 5.5 minutes now in the second term. Bombers just forced to defend here constantly. And here they are again. A punched out hand pass to Setterfield, got shoved into the hand pass outside defensive 50. And a free kick for the Bombers.
Martin and Merida getting their hands on it too, man, but where are they getting it?
So combined, they've had 20 disposals and 17 out of the 20 in the defensive half of the ground.
Yeah, you'd love to see them get it pushing forward and really challenging the Carlton defenders.
Quick kick up the ground went to Lual, who kicked it back inside to McGrath, who delivered to Laverde for Essendon. And now a kick through the centre of the ground. A bouncing footy that goes forward for the Bombers. Akers got in the way. Kako laid the tackle, turnover. Grabbed by Durham for Essendon. Low drop punt, Guelphy, and he's marked. He's about 35 out in a slight angle. Set shot for the Bombers.
I reckon Akers thought he was in Akers or even Hectare's true man. He thought no one was around him. I don't know what he was doing. But he got monstered and turned it over, and Essendon, great composure going inside forward 50 and was able, Durham, there to lower his eyes and get Guelphy an easy shot on goal.
So Matty Guelphy spins the foot in his hand. Quiet night so far, Ash.
Matty Guelphy, just the one handball.
So his first kick can be a goal for Essendon. He'll drop it onto his boot about 38 metres out. Runs in now. City end of the ground. Drop punt, half post high. And it is a point. Just to the right of the goal post. 1-2-8 Essendon. 6-4-40 the Blues. 7 minutes second term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
What's been better? We've only been going 7 minutes, but what's been better from the Bombers in the second quarter?
Well, I think their pressure, I don't know what their numbers are, but it looks like they're able to inflict a little bit more pressure on Carlton.
Yeah, spot on, Izzy. 2:15 in this quarter, opposed to only 171 in the first term.
It's always nice when Two-Man backs up.
Even when he doesn't have something, he always finds something to help you out. He's a solid citizen like that.
Team player.
Nice, Stuart.
Yeah. It's the only one of us that's a team player.
Pete Hooley for Bob Jane Team Arts. Just another look at that Blues bench. The doctors and physios still having a chat. Any movement on Adam Chera?
No, none at all. They look like they've cleared him. They left him out there. There's been a couple of interchanges since, and he's still out there. Hasn't had a touch yet, but all looks good from this end.
I would think that that's good news for Sam Durham as well.
I think it was more shock.
Yeah. Tight handball. Dersma knocked over. Now the Bombers find some space. Dersma back up on the wing.
Little short ball to Merritt, and he marks about 55 out of side of the ground. Just inside the boundary in front of the Shane Warne stand. City end where the Bombers go. Kick the full forward, right in the pack, punched out of his hands. Doherty went without it, allowed Essendon back in through Hobbs, hand pass to Parrish. He's immediately tackled to the ground, the umpire will ball it up. So the Bombers, another opportunity, about 35 metres out from their goal at the City end of the ground.
Darcy Parrish in for his first game of the season, had issues with the back and a calf, and looks like he hasn't missed a beat. Ash, what are his numbers?
Darcy Parrish, 8 disposals and 3 clearances.
I know he had a good night in Canberra last night, Baz, but I'm not sure I've ever seen drink service in here.
No, that's...
Mark's a very good man.
Well, when you're making donations and you sign off as the People's Caller, you tend to get things that the rest of us don't get.
I may have to check myself later.
Contact Carlton advantage.
That's the sort of service he deserves. Carlton take the advantage. Not a great decision. 40 out from goal. Zach Johnson trying to run through a tackle and couldn't. And then was paid for a throw. So Carlton ball on defensive 50 with Cooper Lord playing game number 13 tonight.
TDK numbers, man, he's everywhere.
TDK 11 disposals, leading ball winner for the Blues, 7 score involvements.
Oh, Lord's kick as a turnover went straight to Merritt, hand pass to Martin, who hand passed inside forward 50 for the Bombers. Gresham put his head over it, tried to punch it out sideways, and the umpire lets the boys go. Perkins in the bottom of the pack for Essendon. Still letting the boys play. Good umpire, and the ball comes out to Motlop, and he can clear for Carlton with a hand pass to Williams. Approaches the wing and then kicks towards half forward. McGovern free it. No one behind him. What's he going to do? He turns and goes long inside forward 50. Setterfield. Seriously.
I don't mind it. He goes, I'm absolutely stuffed here. Bugger it. I'm giving away the free kick.
Fantasia's going to get the free kick. It's Orazio, but just on the Harvey Norman, he just thought, I'm buggered. I'm just going to run into him, make it hurt. And front on contact, the free kick goes to Orazio, the former Bomber and former Port Adelaide player.
I'm not sure why Orazio looks so upset with that as well. He got a free kick in front of goal.
Geez, first game for the year, I think, Ash. What's his numbers tonight?
Yeah, first game, spot on, Baz. Fantasia. This will also be his first touch.
Righto. He's 29 years of age now. Orazio Fantasia. 115th game tonight. Kicked 150 snags. And an opportunity to break into Carlton's side, perhaps with a big win tonight against the Bombers. Sure, he'd love to get involved. So at the punt road end, he breaks into a little skip and then runs to 40. Drop punt is good. Always been a good goal kicker. Fantasia. And he pops it home for Carlton. They've got their first of the second term. They get a 7-4-46. The Bombers 1-2-8. 11 minutes second term. Triple M Beacon Trade score, but of course lighting, fans, electrical. They've got the gear for every job. Beacon Trade. Let's make light work.
Well, Essendon started this quarter a little bit better, but the uncontested marks are becoming a big issue for Essendon at the moment, man.
Yeah, the Blues are at plus 14. You also look at the intercept marks as well, Izzy. Carlton have already racked up 11, opposed to Essendon's 3. The AFL average for an entire game is 15.
Pete Hawley, Bob Jane teammates.
Doctor was just out there with Cherry, but he's going to be all right. He's back in the middle here for the bounce. Keeping an eye on De Koning, who copped that don't argue from Durham and is holding his left elbow. He's trying to shake it out a bit. It was about 2 minutes ago. He's also ready for this ruck contest here, but I'll keep an eye on it.
Great work by you, Halls. Carlton extend their advantage on Sunday night footy for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. And De Koning used the other arm and knocked that ball down. It was stolen away by Parrish, though. He kicks quickly up to half forward. Saad got rid of Kako and gets boot to ball. Awkward bounce for Dersma. And his handball intercepted. Fantasia's got a full head of steam. Akers goes back inboard. Kako impacted the contest and then tucks the ball under the arm and runs away. Handball off to Parrish, just outside 50. Wobbles it forward for Goldstein. Couldn't find him. Motlop goes without the footy. Quick snap forward by Hobbs. Will roll out of bounds. And it'll be thrown in about 15 around from goal.
Poor old Goldie. There's an 11-year age gap against TDK, and it looks like Youth might be winning at the moment, man.
Yeah, Goldie, 3 handballs. Opposed to De Koning, 11 disposals, 7 score involvements, and even the hit-outs, De Koning 12, Goldie 10.
Play on. Goldstein in the ruck against De Koning. He felt he was being held and he stopped and looked at the umpire, and he just said, play on, as you heard in the effects, Mike. I heard in the mic, exclusively mic'd up for Triple M, of course. Clark's got it for the Bombers half forward. Hand pass Corbell, a little hand on it for the Blues. It's spilled to Hobbs for Essendon. Immediately tackled by Motlop into the ground, and the umpire to ball it up in front of the members. So about 60 from the Bombers' goal. Just the one goal they've kicked for the night so far. 13 minutes second term. In front of 75,000 here tonight. 7-4-46 of the Blues. Tap down to Hobbs. Hobbs kicks Essendon towards full forward. Caddy put up one hand because it floated over his head. Dockett in the back pocket to clean up the Carlton with the hand pass to Akers. Back to Dockett in now. They're outside defensive 50. Still got a little problem at ground level.
Yeah, he's got a major problem now. There's all the Bombers have arrived. Dersma one of them. Caddy the other. Hoiks it around the corner. Ill-advised kick. Hewitt drops it on defensive 50. And Silvani heard the voice at fullback, which was Haynes. Nice switch, and the Blues come down the members' side. Walsh on defensive 50. Looks with a short kick to Curnow. And he's held up by Setterfield.
Big Charlie got a couple in the first term, so he started the game well. Now Harry Mackay tonight plays on in front of the members at halfback. Hand pass over the top to Walsh. Walsh got all the time in the world to wait for Haynes to run past. Delivered a nice hand pass to him. Haynes kicked the half forward. Big O'Keefe goes up, can't mark. Fall of the ball, the Bombers With a few numbers here, it spills down the ground. Look at the young Clark who delivered to Parrish, who's marked on the wing for Essendon in his return for the Bombers. As we heard from Ash, he's racked up some big numbers early. Hand pass off to Corbell. Corbell will kick the Bombers inside forward 50, close to the boundary line. Perkins puts his hand up, but a beautiful sit on it from Wiedering. And he killed the footy with a fist out of bounds, 40 around from the Bombers' goal.
Yeah, it's difficult for Essendon at the moment. It looks like the only inside 50s are going to get is when they go long and high, but Carlton defenders are reading it very well, Wiedering being one of those men.
That's Isaac Smith on Triple M footy. Here tonight for Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Merritt off the stoppage, got a handball, snaps and kicks the belly of the Sharon Dersma. Diving at full stretch, couldn't mark. Guelphy in the pocket trying to manufacture something, brought it back into the corridor. That's a smart kick and Caldwell was there waiting for it. Marks 25 out directly in front.
That looked like Glenn McGrath in the outfield there. Dersma, full stretch, just couldn't hold on to it. But as you said, Guelphy, beautiful kick inside. Just selfless play. Shot now 20 metres directly in front.
Thanks, Will.
He's having a sensational season, Jai Caldwell in particular. His last month has been brilliant, averaging 26 disposals, 11 of those contested. All career highs. This needs to go through, and it does just. For the Bombers second, they're 2-2-14. Carlton 7-4-46 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Halls, Bob J. Teamer.
Cherry's just come to the bench and both doctors are having a chat with him. He was out there for an awful long time. Didn't do a whole lot since that big bump, but he's definitely in the trainer's hands right now. I'll keep you updated.
Just with our Jai Caldwell for Reds there, 12 disposals tonight, 4 tackles, 3 clearances and a major. And even the last 2 weeks, Jack, he's racking up 33 touches and 10 tackles per game and throwing 8 clearances.
Ashley Chua tonight with the Triple M Reds headlining stats.
I thought he'd stuck it before.
One of the world's great icons, Ash. Boundary side for Bob Jane team marks. It's Peter Hooley.
Yeah, the Doc's taking Cherry straight down to the rooms. He's got a nice little shiner, looks like, on his right eye. So plenty of stuff to look at there from Durham, you would expect.
Is that a call from the Arc, do we suspect?
Maybe.
McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. Carlton dominating at the moment with the Bombers with the last goal. We've got a 32-point lead to the Blues. Kicked the half forward, kicked out of the centre towards half forward. Fantasia tried to kick it off the ground and missed the footy. Essendon and Pryor, a little short kick to Durham, who marks in the centre of the ground. Could be in a bit of strife, Durham, after that hit on Chera. Kick forward to the outer side of the ground. Perkins marks, plays on, short kick to Hobbs. Whistles going everywhere. Was that a 50-metre penalty?
It's going to be 15 metres out. Right, send him.
It is. I'm not sure what it was for, is.
I think we'll need the Harvey Norman here, but I think he called stand, maybe.
Yep. Bouncing around again. So Perkins has been brought to within 15 metres of goal. So the Bombers will just pick up 2 in a row here. Should be able to pop this home. Slight angle.
Got some good pipes on him, Perkins.
He has. Like looking in the mirror. So Perkins to the city end. Half post tie. The Bombers have got another one. So just a little rally here. 17.5-second turn. They get a couple in a row. They get a 3-2-20 back to 26 points. The Blues way 7-4-46. And that's all on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
And the response to your comment there, Baz, would be, who are you looking at in the mirror?
Very cool.
He went to see a personal trainer during the week.
I did. We sat down, we had a coffee.
Yeah, the thing is, seeing them doesn't actually do anything.
As he informed me. Yeah.
1% better every day, Baz.
Thought I'd lose a pound or 2 just looking at the gym equipment.
Goal square!
2 in a row for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it is. And they look a little bit better. We talked about their pressure. They've been able to get turnovers. And they've been a little bit, I would say they've been more selfless the last 5 minutes than, not that they've been selfish, just they haven't been picking options that probably help the team. So they're starting to use the football a little bit better.
Beacon Trade scoreboard, lighting's fanned, it's electrical, they've got the gear for every job. Beacon Trade, let's make light work. It's starting to look a little better for the Bombers. Parrish extracts the ball from the middle of the MCG. The ball skews off the side of his foot, up to the wing in Durham, who fired out a handball to Dersma. Long and direct to Gresham in a one-on-one. He's out of position, and he's holding. There's never really a chance against the size of Jacob Wiedering. And the Blues have got it at full back.
It all started off the back of the pressure that Essendon have put on early in this quarter, but they've had 10 of the last 12 inside 50s.
The All-Australian defender, Wiedering, kicks to the wing, and again, Peter Wright happy to just float across the pack and fisted out of bounds in front of the members. So boundary throw in Bombers half of the ground.
Here, guys. Peter and Hudson.
So a little rally here from Essendon. The Blues have dominated this game from the word go. The Bombers have put the handbrake on them somewhat at the moment.
Essendon.
Another Bombers free kick, so a little frustration creeping in for the Blues here. Peter Wright has got the free about 75 from home. And he can send Essendon again back inside forward 50.
Let's get last 6 or 7 minutes, Ash, when you get an opportunity. Right into the pocket. Straight through the arms of Perkins. And Cripps at half-back for the Blues. Little handball off. Kick didn't travel the required by Akers. Told to play on. Right toe pokes it off the ground. Moves it forward. There's Akers back involved again. And Hollands for Carlton. Tackled immediately. Ball up. Red Z lending, Tuman.
Yeah, so the Bombers have also won 6 out of the last 8 clearances. Patrick Cripps only 2 touches in this quarter. Walsh also just the 4.
So a couple of superstars for the Blues. The Rolls Royce and the 2 Rolls Royces in the midfield. Just off the boil a little bit at the moment. The Bombers are chain of hand passes. Setterfield's got it. Kick towards full forward. Silvani. Good. No, play on! What was it play on for? Well, he took the markers. Was it touched or something? Or did I miss something?
It must have been touched off the boot or something. I'm not sure. Even though he fumbled it, he was in front and took a clean mark.
That's a mark.
Hudson just here.
But the Bombers have very well done because they've ball thrown up in the air about 20 metres from their goal here. But Akers to clean up. Little hand pass in the back pocket to Doherty. And a high kick back towards that offensive 50 for the Blues.
Umpire said they'd pay a mark for that one. Walsh tackle. Handballs to the boundary line. You're not getting away with that.
On the line here. Stand. Switch on, Drake.
Essendon on top here. They're dominating everything.
A trail by 26 points, the Bombers. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Perkins kicks to a disciplined area. In from the side. Carroll for the Blues. Threw himself for the footy and takes a really important mark.
Ripping mark. I reckon Brad's got to be sitting in the box. His lights would be flashing green. He'd be happy with what he's seeing at the moment.
Actually, Carroll's had a couple of nice moments tonight. The young man. 26 points up Carlton. They have it in front of the members' broadcast side of the ground. Kick towards the wing. And Curno's worked off it by Laverde. 2 big bodies. The Bombers probably only big body in the defensive half tonight. And Laverde. And he goes again, picks it up, his hand pass is smothered out of bounds.
And we talked about those uncontested marks earlier in the game. Carlton had 31 in the first quarter. How many in the second, two-man?
Only 8 in this term, is he? Red Z.
They just can't get their hands on the footy and own it like they were. Chip marking, playing on through the middle of the corridor. We haven't seen any of it from Carlton this quarter. Essendon completely on top.
Holding Cripps.
He's all over it tonight, is he, Base?
Patrick Cripps.
On fire.
Time on.
The big boy.
One of the greats.
Cripps free kick. Members win.
I like it when we say he's one of the greats. He just nods his head.
Yeah, he does. He just says, yeah, I am. I won 4. I was best on ground in one of them. Could have been BOD in another.
Yeah, he said to me, try and name a few of them. It's hard.
Hey, look around. No one else here's done that. By the looks of things.
No flags on the right of us anyway.
No. None on the left either.
No, definitely not.
There's not even a VFL flag there. Durham in the back pocket, rolls the ball. That's absolutely going to be insufficient intent. So it'll be a Carlton free kick. 75 out from goal. They attack the punt right end in this second quarter, and they lead by 26 points.
So a bit of an entry here for the Blues, which is good. And it's Lord who kicks inside. Ground level ball. Fantastic little hand pass. McGovern forward pocket. He's swamped by Bombers defenders. Got to boot the ball somehow. And
all good. Back here.
He'll be out in the full. So Nick Martin's going to take it and bring it back in for Essendon.
Paddy, 5 metres. Thank you, mate.
That's Paddy Cripps he's talking to.
Play on.
Very familiar.
Yeah.
He goes long with the drop punt, does Martin outside defensive 50. Noel set underneath it, but Haynes was better in the air.
He's been solid tonight, Haynes.
Let it go.
Took a little while to get going at the Blues, but
end zone.
He's in seriously good form now. DeConing in from the side. Had a good look at it. Knocked into the pocket. Hoisted back to the dangerous area by Lord. Akers gave a shove. 15 out from goal. Umpire says play on. Parrish. Quick by hand. McGovern off to Motlop. Left foot snap for his second. He's going to squeeze through for a behind. And the Blues extend their lead to 27 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 5 minutes before half-time here at the MCG.
Jackson Pryor has it at fullback for Essendon. That's Jackson with an X.
Wow.
And he comes out broadcast side. The drop punt, heads to the bound. Oh, Doherty, eyes on the footy and a big fist. Kills it out of bounds.
Just with Nick Haynes, so past month, #1 rated player at the Blues, leads the club for intercept marks. Tonight, 8 disposals, 5 marks, a couple of those intercept.
Thank you, Ash. There's a Harvey Norman replay, that big fist from Doherty. Harvey Norman half-year clearance is on now. Don't miss unbeatable deals on tech, furniture, bedding and more. Go Harvey Norman, best brands, best prices, Jack, and that's guaranteed.
You like Jackson with an X, Baz?
Yeah, I like it.
You do?
Yep, I reckon that's pretty, just snazzy.
Bit of steel about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hewitt.
Snazzy.
High up and under. Kerno arrives and split the pack in two. Knocked it down to Cripps. Front and centre left forward pocket. And the champ didn't really give it a chance. Just starting to turn the game back in their favour a little bit here, the Blues. 7-6-48 to the Bombers, 3-2-20, Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes they've owned it in their forward half. They needed to because Essendon were coming. Got it back to 26 points at there.
Roberts goes to Lual, who marks outside defensive 50 for Essendon. Out of sight of the ground, Southern stand, or Shane Warne stand side of the ground. And Lual drops it onto his right boot. The debutant kicked a goal in the first term. His teammates went berserk. Punched it out from the marking contest to Gresham. He knew the contact was coming and sort of fell into Walsh and was happy to be tackled for another ball up.
Well, inside 50s in the first quarter, Carlton were uber efficient, true man. They just haven't been there this quarter.
Yeah, 13 entries for 10 scoring shots, but in this quarter, spot on Izzy, 13 entries just for 3 scoring shots, 1 goal, 2.
Williams accepts the footy at half forward. The handball away as he was falling to the ground, and then it ricochets off the hands of Caldwell. Choice Hotels, Ash, earlier today. What happened in Bunbury?
Kangaroos by 10 points. 9-8-62 to the Eagles, 6-16-52. Just under 13,000 people at Bunbury today.
Look at Ash, chest out, shoulders back.
Yeah.
He just really delivered that.
Where's that put you on the ladder, Ash?
Yeah.
No comment.
No, I was just asking you a question.
I reckon you get home tonight in enough time just to make the magic happen.
No, if they finish that Westgate Freeway tunnel, whatever they're doing out there, it'd be quicker.
Yep. Doherty. Written and authorised Isaac Smith. Off to Hewitt.
The lane's closed.
That's the wing, yep.
Richards hats put out.
Yeah. So Potlock kicks into the pocket to Williams. He dropped the mark and Pryor just sees it out of bounds behind him in the back pocket for Essendon at the punt road end.
You expect to see roadworks when the Witches hats are put out, don't you?
No, you do. You do.
Smoker.
28 points up.
Great to have all those traffic management listeners tonight.
Absolutely. 28 points up. Carlton over Essendon. And a boundary throw in forward pocket for the Blues. Big pack around the footy. It's on the deck. Everyone just walked around it. Big Goldie went and tried to shove it out sideways, and out at the Parish, you've got a rush kick out there to the broadcast wing. Now it's a one-on-one. Akers is in front of Hobbs, and Hobbs goes to ground, and Akers stays on his feet. And now he slides into the footy. He could have punched it out to McGovern. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Nick Martin, got him high. And Akers gets the free to the Blues.
Too far out to score, so lays it off to a short option.
Oh, jeez.
Gee, that should have been a free kick, and it was to Walsh.
I think the umpire, they finally, geez, it was a late call, but it was definitely there.
Hard landing for Sam Walsh too. Harvey Norman replay. Caught one in the back of the head from Roberts.
I don't know if
is that a free kick?
I actually think you could nearly let that go, and I think the adjudicating umpire sort of let it go. There wasn't much vigour in it, but you can understand why it was paid a free kick as well. Half of one.
Fabulous for the Blues in their game against the Giants before the bye. 26 disposals in that game. And it's this part of his game that he's just never really added to as he kicks that one out of bounds on the full. Halls, Bob Jane Team Arts.
Good news for Blues fans. Chera's come back from the rooms, gave a thumbs up from the doctor. He's been off for almost 12 minutes now, but I think Izzy absolutely nailed it because the doctors had a look at the footage. They went out to him and then 5 minutes later started to look at the footage again. You'd have to say that it came from above.
So he's out there, which is good news for him and good news for Sammy Durham as well, because being off with a concussion would not have gone well during the week, and who knows what's going to happen from that for one of the Bombers stars that is out there. So DeConey grabbed it out of the ruck from the boundary throw and then hand passed it straight out of bounds, and has a few words to his teammate in Akers. And
that's a good headpiece on the boundary umpire here. It looks like he's got the permed mullet.
Oh, yeah, he is too.
looks like Tolstrup from the
Yeah,
defense.
that's exactly what he looks like. I reckon he's got 2 jobs.
No, he's got a bit of something going. That's good.
I like it.
Yeah, so do I. He throws it back
Bit
in.
of swagger.
Yeah, and he threw it in beautifully. And DeConing grabbed it out of the ruck. Hand pass forward for Carlton. And Walsh was underneath it and he got smashed in the tackle. Ball in dispute. Setterfield shoved it out the side of the pack for Dersma for Essendon. Got it to Corbell. A rush kick to the wing for the Bomber.
He knows what it's all about, this boundary umpire.
Yep.
He's thriving in the bright lights too, is he?
I reckon get him centre stage.
Yep.
Get him off the boundary.
Yep.
Just swing him into a field umpire role.
And the shower, get straight out amongst it after this.
You'll have the young kids lining up to be umpires if they see this bloke rolling around.
The salad on him is... Oh, I'm jealous, obviously, but...
Oh, mate, he could have 3 hairs popping out of his head. You'd be jealous.
Holland's out of side wing. Curno was eased off the ball.
You like that, Naz?
I did.
That was good.
Nah, you got a great looking head, though.
Nah, it's shit house. Motlop got rid of his man. He's already got one, and he's been dangerous tonight. Was tripped. Handballs away to Coney. Top of the goal square. As easy as you like. Sam DeConing with his first. And in the shadows of half-time, the Blues kick an important one. 8-6-54 to Essendon 3-2-20. Tom DeConing kicks his first. Sam played yesterday, and he's probably like what he saw from his brother.
Yeah, he probably did. But I'll tell you what I'm loving about Carlton tonight, and I'm not sure if it was put on them over the bye, but every time Motlop is doing something, every Carlton player is getting to them, and there's a real joy in everything they're doing. And Motlop, he got tripped there. He was able to get off a selfless handball to TDK. He knocks it over from 10 metres out, made it easier for his teammate. But I reckon Carlton would have had some pretty tough conversations over the last couple of weeks, and we're seeing them respond.
Triple M Reds Atlantic stats. Ash, as we close out the first half, in a minute and 13 seconds left. Some of the big numbers, as you can see.
Yeah, Tom DeConing, 15 disposals, 8 score involvements, 1 major, thrown 4 clearances, and the hit-outs he's had 15.
Big night for TDK. For McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Bombers get the clearance out of the centre through Setterfield. And a high kick that only travelled about 20 metres. And a free kick for the Bombers. Corbell, it was a Carlton mark, and the umpires reversed it. So Corbell can kick Essendon inside, deep forward pocket. Akers floats back with Dersma. Spills the back of the pack. Welfie punched it towards goal. Saab read that well. He knew it was coming. Attacked the footy, but his rush kick under a bit of pressure has gone straight onto the chest of Durham, who's marked about 55 metres out.
Here's a long kick of the footy, Sam Durham. This might be just outside his range. Lays it off for Wright, who was being held. Hung on to the mark all the same. And this will take us just about to the halftime siren. Peter Wright, 40 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, it was a risky kick. It was 1v3, and it looked like Paddy Cripps was going to cut it off, but he looked like he got done by the sniper. There, he just fell over, slipped. It looks a little bit slippery underfoot out there, and Wright was able to draw the free kick. Front position, good position, gets a shot on goal.
9 goals, 9 this year from set shots. 5 seconds before halftime. It's bending back beautifully. At the siren, Peter Wright with an important goal for the Bombers.
Yes, they win the quarter.
And they take a little bit of momentum of their own into halftime. 8-6-54 Carlton. Essendon 4-2-26. Sunday night footy in front of a big crowd here at the Triple MCG. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Lighting, fans, electrical. They've got the gear for every job. Beacon Trade. Let's make light work.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too. working hard to provide strong, long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range. Best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong, long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy. This halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
Sunday night special, big crowd at the MCG, 75,000, but the Blues have been magnificent. 6 goals to 1 on the first term, they led by 33 points. Second turn, the Bombers win the quarter, 2 goals to 3 the Bombers' way. Carlton by 28 points there. 8-6-54, 4-2-26 the Bombers, and 2 goals to Curnow, the only multiple goal scorer on the ground. And he got both those in the first term. Isaac Smith's here, Ashley Chua. This is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today. Ash, well, the Bombers fought back in the second term. They won the quarter. What are the stats telling you?
They did in that second quarter as well. They also won the clearances 13-8, 12 out of their 19 points in that second term had resulted from stoppage, and they also lifted their pressure as well, Baz. 171 in the first quarter. At one stage it was over 200 in that second term. It finished at 182. But overall, Blues leading the inside 50s 29-26, and they'd be pleased with their scoring efficiency. They're going at 48%. Opposed to their season average at 40. Tom De Koning, he's number one ranked player on the ground. 15 disposals, 8 score involvements, 15 hitouts, 1 goal, 1. Flicking over to Toddy Goldstein, he's at the 3 handballs, no score involvements, just the 11 hitouts. But as he said, there is an 11-year age differential between the two players.
I think Goldie's older than me, possibly.
Oh, Goldie turns 37 in July.
I'm 37 in December, yeah, so he's got me by 5
there
months.
You go. He's still running around.
He's still, and in the ruck.
Yeah.
Like, it's stupidity.
That's amazing. Well, he was going to be a mentor for the young rucks, and all of a sudden he's found himself in the action.
I know we're having a bit of a laugh. I admire exactly like what Goldie has done to play that many games and to be in his absolute prime. He was one of the best movers the competition had seen for a while in that position, and for him to still be slogging it out, he just loves his footy, and hats off to him. I just couldn't think of anything worse.
No. There was a 15-minute burst in that second term, and the Bombers their pressure went up and they sort of took charge a little bit on the scoreboard. But you'd have to say is in the last probably 5, 6, 7 minutes of that second quarter, the Blues sort of reclaimed territory.
Yeah, it was interesting. It could have gone either way there. I think did the margin get to 20 points or 24 points there at one stage? And I felt like Essendon were really coming, and Carlton had to
38. 10 minutes into the second quarter.
No, I mean, how close did
lower
Essendon
margin.
get it?
Sorry, is he? That's a good question.
Yeah.
24 points.
24 points. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, for Red Z.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, thank you. So it was impressive to see, and it felt like if Essendon got one more goal, then they're going to be right back in this game. But Carlton were able, and we talked about those uncontested marks, Stu, man. They had effectively none. To about the 20-minute mark of that quarter, and I'm not sure what they ended up with, but it felt like they were able to own some of that football, then get the ball played in their half, then they got it played inside their 50, got some multiple stoppages and were able to put a little bit more pressure on Essendon. Lucky they got that late goal to right there, because it felt like the margin was starting to get just a little bit too much there, Baz.
Amy Clangers, some real weird stuff took place.
Weird.
In the left forward pocket at the punt road end, there was a couple of real weird actions from Jack Silvani and Tom DeConey. And let's have a listen. When clangers happen, it's luckier with Amy. And this is what happened. Silvani to take it. Oh, off the instant of his boot. And Jack's just kicked it sideways out in the full. He doesn't think it was funny, but we do.
So I can understand you can do that on the golf course, but that's hard to do on a footy field.
DeConey is trying to kick that out of the rush and has put it into the second tier of the MCG.
And it's the same spot when Silvani did it. What's going on down there?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Is that like the Bermuda Triangle or something down there?
They say if you live long enough, you'll see everything. That is the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
It was weird. And they were flying the Blues. And both kicks just went straight like they deliberately did it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Jack Silvani was doing. That was a genuine duck hook off the tee box when you're playing golf. And then the DeConing one, just a little side point here. We have been inundated with seagulls.
We have. Yeah, we have.
There is 1,000 seagulls that have just swarmed in here.
What's inundated? Does that mean?
Oh, inundated, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Sorry, my bad.
That's all right.
Oh, gee, Baz, you've come in a bit rusty, but you still don't miss, do you?
No. I want to clear it up for your sake. But there's thousands of them in here, and that means, you know what that means, Ash, don't you? Cover your chips.
Exactly, Baz. Yep.
There's all that.
Yours would be all gone before you could even cover it.
Wouldn't be a problem. I'd snort them up one nostril. Choice Hotels around the grounds, Ash. Choice Hotels get you more for your money, so you can check into more, get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com, of course. And early today, you're very happy with your work.
Kangaroos defeated the Eagles by 10 points, 9-8-62. West Coast 6-16-52. Izzy, North have climbed to 16th on the live ladder as we speak. 3 wins and a draw for the season.
Now, what's a good number of wins for the season for North this year?
I thought 6 to 7 wins would be a pass.
And they've had 3 in a draw.
3 in the draw. So
and tomorrow's a big day, Ash.
Massive day. Yeah. King's birthday clash between Melbourne versus Collingwood at 3:20. They'll
superb.
Hit more than 85,000, you'd imagine.
No, that is magnificent. Well, Isaac Smith's here. Are you here tomorrow, is he?
No.
No? All right, got the day off. And you've earned it. Don't worry about that. You've been superb. 8-6-54 Carlton. They've been superb. 28-point leaders over the Bombers, who are 4-2-26. Jack! He's back shortly. Peter Hurley on the boundary line. From McDonald's, a Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Hey, Baz, everyone has a side. And with the new McSmart meal at Macca's, you get to pick yours, as well as getting a cheeseburger, small fries and soft drink. How's about the things you can choose from?
Jack, you can get a small sundae, 3 chicken McNuggets, a chicken and cheese, or an extra cheeseburger.
Yes, how good's that?
So, whether you're a serious cheeseburger obsessive, Jack, a nugget enthusiast, Sunday stan, or a chicken and cheese fiend, it's up to you, but it's all good.
You're actually all those things, and it's all just for $6.95. So, what side are you on? T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you. T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy. This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. Proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Half-time here at the Triple MCG. Still a few minutes before the bounce of the ball. The Little Leaguers are still out on the ground. But at the main break, it is the Blues 8-6-54 leading the Bombers 4-2-26. It's the halftime break. For Specsavers Audiology, you can rediscover the joys of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today. Let's go downstairs. Pete Hooley covering everything tonight for Bob Jane T-Marts on the boundary. What's the temperature down to now, Hooley?
Oh, it says it's 9.3 degrees on the scoreboard and apparently feels like 9 degrees. I don't know if they've got that right. It feels about 5 to me, but the rain has cleared since this morning. The radar shows we might be in a bit of trouble towards the very end of the game, but to be honest, it's perfect conditions for footy on a Sunday night here in Melbourne.
So the Blues by 28 points. Just a quick one on Adam Chera. That was the story of the second quarter, a bump from Sam Durham. What does he look like at the moment, or how did he finish that first half, I should say? Adam Chera.
That's the big talking point right now. You can see all the broadcast crews on here as well talking about it. It's just super bizarre to see. He got that hit and the Docs were very concerned straight away, assessing the footage. They even ran out to him a couple of times, had a chat with him, seemed to be given the all clear, and you'd have to say the independent doctors upstairs ended up saying, have another look at it, because 10 minutes elapsed with him on the field, and they continued to look at the footage, took him off straight down to the rooms, but apparently have given him the all clear, and looks like he should be okay to go.
So Isaac Smith, we think there's a possibility that a message might have come from the ARC, maybe. Yeah. We're only guessing here, but just to maybe have a second look at it.
Yeah, and I think that's why they have the ARC in place, that sometimes you can not see every angle, and the ARC gets the opportunity to have a look at all angles. But when we saw it a couple of times on the Harvey Norman replay, it was not a great looking hit, and we certainly don't want to see any of those type of hits in the game, but it looked like the majority of force did end up going through the shoulder, so I can understand that there might be a bit of concern for Durham in terms of the MRO, but Shearer, I can understand how he may have possibly got out of that without an actual head injury.
Which is hopefully good news for Sam Durham, as we say. A lot of the time now it seems to be that what happens as a result of the incident is how it's graded, so the fact that Shearer should play out this game should be good for Sam Durham.
Yeah, it should be. It's funny though, Jack. I just picked up Ash Stewart's binoculars and thought I'd just have a scan around the 300 club, which is on the Shane Warne side, about 50, second level there, and you tend to see a few people that are just waltzing in to watch the footy. And I noticed that Mitch Duncan and his son Ollie's there.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a pretty good weekend for Ollie. He gets to come to the footy. He's only a young fella. He's 5 years of age. He's going to be up late tonight, and yesterday we were doing the Geelong game and he led Geelong off the ground after they had their win as well, and then started the song inside the room. So he's had a pretty good weekend of footy, young Ollie.
I think he's going to be around footy for a long time to come, and he's going to come from very, very good stock as well. Mitch Duncan, a 300 gamer with the Cats. Choice Hotels around the grounds tomorrow. We're back here from 2 o'clock. Choice Hotels gets you more for your money, so you can check into more. Get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Interesting game, this one, I reckon. The Blues, the Demons and the Pies.
Yeah, it is an interesting one. I'm not sure how it's going to go. Collingwood is the form team. I feel like Melbourne are going to get themselves up for this game. They've played some pretty good footy the last few weeks. Cozzy Pickett's been firing. Gorney's certainly been back to his best. Petrarca's been playing some really good footy. So hopefully we just get an absolute ring-dinger of a clash. I can't, and maybe Two-Man, you'll be able to help me out here, but I don't think too many of the Kings-Queens birthday clashes have been overly close, have they?
No, I reckon you're on the money there, Izzy. I think the margins have been lean.
Do you have any data to back that up?
I reckon I may have some data here. I'll come back to you after the break.
So it changes for that game tomorrow. Van Rooyen, Tolstrup and Howes back in for the Demons. McStay is the big injury return for Collingwood, and Will Hayes will play as well. Pat Lipinski and Lockie Schiltz out for the Black and Whites.
We just mentioned Ollie Duncan, and he's got the earphones in as well. I've just received a text message saying he's the happiest kid alive.
As he should be, listening to Triple M footy. We love it. Good to have you with us tonight, Ollie. Down to Halls on the boundary, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, great news for Blues fans. Cherry in here, warming up, getting ready to start the third, so that's a really positive sign. And the other one who I was interested in from the second term was Tom De Koning. It looked like he was holding that left elbow. Now, I'm wondering whether he did cop that don't argue from Sam Durham, who seems to be in with a lot and got sat on his glutes. Maybe it was just a quick reaction. Is that a thing that happens? Is he gets sat down by a don't argue and said, oh, something's a little sore here?
Well, I remember Dustin Martin got me a couple of times, and you tried to make it look like something happened because you knew you were going to be in trouble in the review.
Two-man Reds Head Lending.
And Izzy, should have never doubted you. 5 out of the past 7 Kings birthday clashes have been decided by a margin of 40 points.
Yeah.
Very nice, Izzy. Third quarter not too far away. If you're looking for a luxurious, tough off-road caravan, then explore Australia like never before in a titanium caravan, where rugged durability meets premium comfort. Australian made and 100% Australian owned, built for the toughest terrain with superior quality and ultimate luxury, Baz.
Yeah.
Make your next caravan for you and Glenda a titanium caravan.
100% will, no doubt about it. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. So the Bombers win the second term, albeit just by a few points. After a blistering first term from Carlton, they kicked 6 goals to 1. At the moment, the Blues lead by 28 points to start the second half. And Carlton will go to the city end. The bounce has gone sideways. The umpire will recall. It went the way of Toddy Goldstein, who thought, I'll get this.
It's a real anti-climax at the quarter, isn't it?
It is. And now they throw up in the air. And look at Tommy try to jump over. Goldie's body work was good in that one. And he grabbed the footy and hand passed to Setterfield. So the Bombers get the first entry. Inside forward 50 just. Back of the pack 12. He's got space. Grabs the footy. Fires! Puts it through. Blistering start for the Bombers. Opening goal of the third term. Essendon 5-2. 32. We get back to 22 points. Carlton 8-6-54. And that's all on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Yeah, and you mentioned it early. Goldie got the work done on TDK in the centre there, and Essendon, they just wanted to go straight forward. Guelphy picks up the ball, and that's just a beautiful finish on his right, and Then decided to throw his body weight around as well. Into Haynes. Up and about the Bombers. They've obviously had a good chat at half-time and they've come out firing.
What are their third quarter numbers, Ash, across the season, the Bombers?
Quarters 1. They're 4 from 11. Blues not too good, Jack. They're 3 from 11.
Yeah, their second half, Carlton, this year, and I just feel like they haven't been up to scratch, has it?
Especially in fourth quarters as well. The Blues 4 from 11.
Wow.
For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. Bombers had to kick the first goal of the third, and they did, but now Carlton come back the other way through Chera, who drives the ball into the pocket. And Charlie Curnow with the 2 goals.
I'll take it.
Can't keep the ball in play. Jaden Laverty looks like he's tightened up a little bit since the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yes, he needed to, because Curnow looked like he was going to have a monster of a night.
Boundary throw in. Right forward pocket, City end for Carlton. They led it by 22 over their old enemy, the Bombers. Half-back grab by Merritt. Merritt kicks to the wing. Right, taps it down to Guelph. Hand passes off to Kako. And he runs around, goes short, all clash. Haynes. He was going for the mark and running with a fly to the footy was Gresham. And the ball spills sideways. Hewitt's got it for Carlton. Little hand pass off to Doherty. They're away. Another one into the path of Chin Cotter. But he's worked off the footy. Ball spilled to centre field. All happening in front of the members. About 70 from Carlton's goal. De Koning gets involved. He wants to clear the pack. Punts it out to Hewitt. Back to De Koning. Ball goes out of bounds. Boundary thrown in front of the members.
Well, it'll be a sore boy there, Gresham, but just a really good contest by the 2 players. Carlton, they were out there. Doherty just missed a simple handball on his right, which would have sent Carlton deep inside 50.
Saw it on the Harvey Norman replay. The half-yearly clearance is on now. Don't miss unbeatable deals on tech, furniture, bedding and more. Go Harvey Norman. Best brands, best prices guaranteed. 22-point lead to the Blues. Dersma from the wing. Looks for right. He kicked a goal after that, on the half-time siren. And he outmarks Wiedering that time around. Long to Caddy in a one-on-one. Silvani eases him off the footy. Used his body wisely, and Haynes marks for the Blues.
Goes to the centre of the ground. Kicks into the middle of the MCG to Fogarty. He goes out wide to Motlop. And a ripping first term. And Motlop for the Blues. Kicks across the wing to big Charlie Curnow. Kicked 2 goals at the City end in the first quarter.
Going through.
Umpire comes skipping in and he'll pull it up on the outer side wing.
How's Hudson O'Keefe's numbers in his debut?
3 disposals, taken a couple of marks.
Yeah, he looks like he's throwing his weight around in the contest. I'd love to see them try and use it to his advantage a little bit more going forward.
Pin.
At the other end of the ground, Ash, Nate Caddy, 2 goals last week and was the talk of the town against Brisbane. What's his night been like tonight?
3 disposals and scoreless.
Paid a lot more attention to him tonight, Carlton. It was a little while. The debutant kicked a goal with his first kick, drives it forward. Doherty was there for the Blues and marks on defensive 50. Carlton by 22 points. 4 minutes gone in the third quarter. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Sounds fresh, does Jack Heverin. I gave him a break at half-time.
You kick, pay it.
Got the half-time show for him. He's had a big day. Short one.
Stay out, Peter.
I've been informed it was the shortest in the history.
Still washing my hands.
I do apologise. Just short and sharp, I.
If you don't want to do it, mate, just say so.
I don't know what happened. Anyway, Sard's got it on the outer side wing. Had a long day. And it's a free kick to the Bombers.
Not as long as your night.
No, exactly. Roberts has got it on the wing. He kicks long towards half forward. And a good mark taken by Jack Silvani and half back for the Blues and chips it out sideways towards Lord, who takes a couple of bounces.
Next time that Baz says we'll be back after a short break, he means it will be a short break. Take us to the win. Good contest, Dersma.
Well,
ball out of play.
We summarised the first half.
We did.
Within a minute of being on air, he's looking up at George going.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, that means break when you're snapping something in your hands.
I felt, I don't know what happened. Jack, have that coffee with me.
You need some sleep, is what you need. Durham, aggressive handball to Martin through the corridor on a platter for Caddy. We were just talking about him. He marks from just outside 50. Wheels around and just falls short. Desperate work on the last line by Haynes. And knocks it through for a rush behind.
What are Haynes' numbers too, man? It feels like he's been pretty good tonight, and we mentioned earlier he's been warming into the season nicely.
10 disposals, 5 intercepts, along with 7 marks. 3 of those are intercept marks as well.
That's good numbers for a defender.
Bombers within 21 points. Ash, that's the closest they've been for a while.
Certainly has for Red Zed Baz.
So Sard out of the back pocket goes short to Doherty. Doherty short to Chincotta, who marks still inside Carlton's defensive 50. And pass on to Doherty running around him, and short kick to Carroll. He did a couple of impressive things in the first half for the Blues. He marks in the centre. Kicks out wide here to the wing because Haynes was screaming for it. He marks and plays on. Kicks in front of the members. Mark taken by Cherrett. Got a heavy knock in the first half. He kicked the Motlop, missed him. Allows McGrath in at half-back for Essendon with a hand pass to Martin. And they're out of trouble.
And Toddy Goldstein looks very tired tonight. He's been run ragged by DeConing in the first half. Kako to Gresham. Didn't handball to Caddy. Good decision because he rolls the left foot ball on further to Guelphy. Squaring kick to right. Beautiful transfer for the Bombers. They take it from half back to inside 50 with precision. And Wright marks over his head, 25 out directly in front.
And we just saw Michael Voss there on the Harvey Norman, and I reckon he was saying we should have been having a shot on goal, not Essendon. Missed an easy connection inside 50, Cherrett and Motlop. Essendon able to rebound. Guelphy all on his own, about 60 metres out from goal, and able to kick it to the mismatch with Wright.
He kicked 5 goals in his last couple of games. He's been a little bit quiet, but this is important. He pumps the fist. He's got 2. And the Bombers have got the only 2 goals of the third quarter so far. And it's the closest they've been for a while. They get it back to 15 points. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
And those demons starting to creep into the Carlton players' minds. The second halves, Ash mentioned them again, they haven't been good.
Now, they've only won 7 quarters in total, the Blues, in second halves.
How many have they played?
And my math says 11 fours are 44. Divide that by 2, that's 22. 7 from 22.
I like it.
We just got to hear that live on air. It's like a beautiful mind on air.
Yes.
He had the blackboard going in the sky.
Well, that's seen out of The Hangover with all the numbers were going everywhere. Ash just grabbed them.
There was cubes and squares and all different things.
And you know what, Izzy? I was confused.
We just witnessed art. That's what that was.
I'll make a film of him one day.
Yep.
Ash.
Won't be a big one.
Yeah.
From McDonald's to
Short film
festival. Triple M rocks footy out of the centre, go the Blues. High kick to half forward.
Who would play you, Ash? If you could pick someone from Hollywood, who would it be?
Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito, yeah. There'd be quite a few of those sort of in terms of that vertical type challenge stature.
I hear you've got
it. Was Mini-Me out of Austin Powers?
There's another one.
I was going to say, I hear you got a decent fly kick on you, maybe Jackie Chan?
Yes, Izzy, now we're talking, mates.
Jackson Pryor kicks forward of the week for the Bombers. And young Johnson marks. Bombers are within 15 points. Closest they've been since the 7-minute mark of the first term. Long kick to full forward. Thank you, Ash, for that stat. Triple M Red Z landing style, and it's a ball up 15 metres out from the Bombers' goal. They trail by 15 points.
Tom.
It's a big surge from Essendon to start the third. Cooper Lord tackled the wild, got him. Throw in left forward pocket. Bombers kicking to the punt road end, the famous punt road end here at the MCG in the third quarter.
Tom.
8-6-54. Play 6-3-39. If you have just joined us, Carlton kicked the first 4 goals of the game and 6 goals to 1 in the opening term.
Carlton.
And Essendon have just managed to grind their way back into the game, but that'll be a high tackle on Carroll. He looks to the back pocket for Doherty, who has a fumble.
It's back up, picks it up, but it's a rush kick and it bounces towards Akers. Got a bit of work to do. He's hot. Hand pass to Silvani was good. Hand pass Carroll, pressure on him from Merritt. It's a turnover. Caddy's got it for the Bombers. Goes back by hand, kick off the ground towards centre half forward for Essendon. Kako comes out, missed the teammate by hand, and it's a turnover for the Blues. Grabbed by Akers, dragged down in the tackle, took too long to get rid of it. And it's another free kick for the Bombers. Out of the centre to Goldstein, it's landed too short. Goldstein smashed Fogarty, hand pass Johnson, the Bombers are away.
Johnson looks for a target and Caddy couldn't mark. Late fist was brilliant from Silvani. He saved the day again. And the kick from Carroll goes to the boundary line.
Look at little Jack Everett go.
And the ball umpires run from 60 metres away to pay that.
Run. He would have beaten Usain Bolt there, I reckon.
Yes.
He saw a bit of me time. And he cashed in. Johnson back to the top of the goal square. Right from three, back in the cube, got it!
Jeez.
Peter Wright marks 15 out directly in front to make it a single-figure game at the MCG.
They're all over him here at the moment, Essendon. We're talking about Carlton's second halves and how poor they've been. They've won 7 of 22. Essendon are absolutely putting their foot down.
Stand there, Tom.
The game is changing before our very eyes. Right for his third. Game on. 7-3-45 to 8-6-54. The Bombers are flying in this third quarter Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Yeah, well, 20 minutes into the first quarter, it felt like this could be a 12 to 15 goal win for Carlton, but Essendon have turned the game on its head, and I'll give you some numbers. Quarter 3, Essendon have had 11 tackles to Carlton's 2. They've had 9 inside 50 to Carlton's 2, and since quarter time, Cherra's had 5 touches, Cripps 4, and Curnow 2. So they've absolutely wiped some of the Carlton stars out of the game, and it feels like the game turned on its head a little bit when that Durham-Cherra hit happened. The momentum's gone all in Essendon's favour, and Carlton just don't know how to wrestle it back at the moment, even though they're in front on the scoreboard.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. The great Izzy Smith here tonight. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy, bounces good. And the ruckman tap it to their toes. The midfielders smash it at ground level. And the umpire to come in and ball it up. They flood in off the square with a secondary start. After another Bombers goal, Corbell, little toe poke out of the centre, bounced in the arms of Kako. He's tackled by Sard. And the umpire will ball it up again. It's about 65 out from Essendon's goal. The Bombers are making a charge at the MCG.
Sam Durham, when you get a moment, Ash, there's another disposal off by Cornwell. Kick into the pocket, Silvani and Caddy continue this duel. Silvani paddles that ball out to Akers. Caddy arrives on the scene. 60 away from the Bombers' goal. Silvani again, tackled by Perkins this time. Ball rolls back inside 50. Kako to Hobbs, squares it up. Great kick for Dersma, spills the mark. In game number 100, he just ran under the footy slightly, and the Blues should be able to clear, but they can't.
And Setterfield got in front of Doherty and knocked it out of bounds.
Going through.
And jeez, this game's been turned on its head. What's going on with the Blues? Where have they dropped the bundle?
Well, they can't get their hands on the footy. Essendon turned up their pressure at the start of that second quarter, and it feels like Carlton haven't been able to get any of their uncontested mark game going. They haven't been able to win the footy. We just mentioned how Cherra and Cripps have gone out of the game.
As Durham has a shot from the boundary line that bounces towards the goals. It's cut off by Haynes, who was standing on the line. Sorry to butt in there, is.
No, don't do it
looked
again.
like it was going to bounce through for a goal. Won't do it again. You just give me the don't talk over me. Bombers are going to get a free kick here, and it's going to come back in. It's a score review, is it? That's happening.
Oh,
it might be a score review from that.
That's one of those delayed ones.
We'll await.
If it's no score, we'll take it to
Well, just to jump in here, Baz, you talk about where Carlton's falling down at the moment. Since quarter time, they've had 10 clearances to 22 Essendon's way. So Essendon are going over double Carlton's clearances since quarter time.
So you can see where Haynes has trapped the footy. Then he stepped backwards, and they're seeing whether the ball went over
To be
the line.
complete, looking at this angle, we can see the ball does not cross the back of the behind line. Decision on the scoreboard.
So it'll be play on, which I think is a McGrath kick from about 70 out from goal on the outer side. It is. So the ball will come back
Just hang on for
to
5.
McGrath for the Bombers.
No wonder we're having 33, 36-minute quarters.
Yeah. That was a late one, wasn't it?
That was really late. The ball's already halfway down the field.
9 points is the lead to the Blues, and the Bombers have got another re-entry inside of the forward pocket. Big leap goes right, and off his hands it goes out of bounds, deep right forward pocket for the Bombers.
So just with the Blues, their top 2 clearance winners this year are Cripps and Hewitt tonight combined. They've only had the 3, and Jack, just with Sam Durham, number 1 ranked player for the Bombers, 20 disposals and 5 clearances.
He has lifted in a big way, Sam Durham. Since that bump, Izzy, that you spoke about, 2-minute mark of the second quarter.
Which shows the maturity of Sam Durham, because he knows he's going to be under a fair bit of heat, but he's able to compartmentalise what's happening, and he goes out and he's playing some outstanding football at the moment.
Bombers have kicked 4 in a row. This for 5.
Play on.
McGovern on the very last line at fullback, pounds it out to the other side.
So it's a contest again. Curnow in the air, went one hand, got a holding free kick. Carlton's free.
Just to reverse back to that review, the concern I have with it when they're so late is it actually zaps all the energy out of the game. The game was alive and it was flowing, and you call one that late, it just feels like it's not the right time.
So Charlie Curnow's at half back. He's on the Shane Warne stand side of the ground. The Blues going to the city end. Long kick across the wing. Oh, Hilt was good. Stood up in front of the pack and took the mark. Called the play on because he ran around off his mark. And now drives the ball inside forward 50 for Carlton. Wright's got to go against young O'Keefe, who got to the front. Nearly trapped it, not quite. Bombers with a hand pass to Gresham at half back. Goes by hand to Roberts, then to McGrath. Back over the top to Gresham. Hand pass Caldwell. Now they're in the centre. Hand pass Durham. Durham can hand pass forward to Kako. Missed him, but Carroll missed the footy. Kako goes again. Now McGovern comes in to clean up for Carlton. Hand pass back to Hollands. Gresham lays the tackle. Umpire blows the whistle. No, he doesn't. Put it in his gob. And then he threw his arms up and said, let's play.
And Hewitt just kept going all the same. A scrubby kicks up to half forward. Zach Williams wants to try and get onto his right foot. He's not allowed to. So has to go back inside to Hollands. Kick was risky. And a free kick going Carlton's way. Marking interference, as you heard.
They might get an opportunity to score here, Carlton, but they haven't scored in 19 minutes. Essendon have put the clamps on them and are owning this game.
George Hewitt from left half forward. He's going to pop it up into the pocket for Curnow, who lost his man and marks it at its highest point. 30 metres out.
Archie, Darcy, thank you. Archie, thank you. Patrick.
As we mentioned, 19 minutes Carlton haven't scored for. It's probably 20 now. They need a goal here. Even though they're in front, it feels like Essendon are owning absolutely every stat in this game at the moment.
2 goals in the first quarter for Charlie Curnow, the 2-time Coleman medalist. His team needs a goal. And he misses. And he's told all about it too by the Bombers. Big miss in the game at the 18-minute mark. It's Carlton by 10 points.
So Pryor to bring it back in for Essendon. Runs to the outer side. Long left foot drop punt towards the outer side wing. Hollands up in front of Setterfield. Hands on the footy. Couldn't complete the mark. And off his hands it goes out of bounds. They fall to the wing outer side of the ground. Carlton's way. They lead by 10 points. What was it, game high, Ash?
38 points, 10 minutes into the second quarter.
38 points up they were. 19 minutes now into the third quarter. Carlton with a hand pass to Williams. He's tackled by the Bombers' debutant, Lual.
He's looked likely. He's looked likely, Lual. He's got a bit about him. Bit of zip.
What's his contribution, Ash? Slim on the wall.
7 disposals, 4 tackles and a goal.
Good South Warrnambool boy, is he?
Yeah, he's learnt to play on one side of the ground because anyone that knows South Warrnambool, it is literally on a hill.
There's Carroll. Kicks hurriedly off the side of the boot. That's out of bounds. And
I think the great Jonathan Brown might have been a South Warrnambool boy, wasn't he?
I think he might be right. Laverde for the Bombers. Instructed to play on from the right back pocket. High long ball up the line. Slips through the hands of Wright. There's Lual. And his handball batted down. Knocked on by Goldstein. Perkins couldn't get boots of ball. He's caught holding it. Carlton free on the wing.
So Ollie Hollands with the footy. And go backwards to Haynes, who stands alone at half-back. It's across half-back to Doherty to the broadcast side. And he marks all this happening at the punt road end of the ground. Carlton's defensive area of the ground in this third quarter. Goes to Wiedering and across back to Doherty, so they're just sharing it around. And Doherty's just defensive side of the wing, broadcast side. Umpires have called him to play on. Drops it onto the right boot. High ball back in front of the members. Cripps got there late. Ball's hit the deck, close to the boundary. Kept inside by Fogarty. Little hand pass off to Motlop. Kick to the forward pocket of Curnow. He's worked off it. Gresham to clean up out of the back pocket for the Bombers.
The switch is on, but they're going to have to be precise here, Essendon. Perkins gathers. Haynes tackles him. Perkins spills free of that tackle. Kicks to a 2-on-1 up the line. And the numbers favour the Blues, and Hollands is one of those. And you can reset the Wiedering. And at centre half back has Sam Doherty. Game number 177 tonight. He's a big part of the fabric of this Carlton team. Walsh looks to Fantasia. Well done by Duursma. Couldn't mark. Gets the ball out of bounds. And it'll be thrown in right in front of the interchange bench. 8-7-55 Carlton. Essendon with 3 goals to 0 in the quarter. 7-3-45. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
One of Triple M's favourite subs. As well, I think Two-Man was a South Warrnambool boy.
Yeah, Wayne Swass, the great Wayne Swass.
Swatter.
What a man.
Yep. Boundary throw in on the wing. Grabbed at ground level by Fantasia for the Blues. Kicks them just back inside forward. Fitty. Motlop goes to ground after being tackled. Johnson's got it for Essendon. On hands and knees. All happening 40 out from the Blues goal. Curnow dives on the pack. And the umpire comes in and blows the whistle. We'll ball it up.
Thanks, Jesse.
They've lifted somewhat in the last couple of minutes. The Blues are getting a couple of re-entries.
Tom.
And desperate to just stem the flow from the Bombers in this third term.
Knocked away by Goldstein and then kicked off the ground by Duursma. Caddy gathers a slippery ball at half-back. Slippery for Parrish as well. It slipped through his hands. Kept it moving. Perkins, Caddy by any means necessary. Just bangs it forward. Holtz has to go. Tried to knock it onto Wright, who dropped his way back towards the goal square. Couldn't find him. Kako tackled as soon as he got it at centre-half forward.
And the goal-scoring efficiency starting to haunt Carlton since quarter time. They've had 23 entries for only 2 majors.
Ball will be thrown up, 60 out from the Bombers' goal. Goldstein slaps it to ground level. Holland's first there for the Blues. Hacks the ball out here to the wing. Now the Bombers have got the numbers. Roberts behind the back, tried to pick it up, and then it slipped through his fingers onto his knee. And from his knee it rolled out of bounds about 8 metres. He looked a bit flat, the young man is.
Well, he knew he was getting an easy possession in the middle of the MCG, and it's accidentally come off his knee. Great call by the umpires there.
Get down to Halls in a moment. Looks like Sam Durham might be under a little bit of attention. We'll get there shortly.
Play on both the gates.
Parrish, his first game for the season, has been excellent. Hoiks it back towards Caddy in the corridor. Pushed out by Silvani. Haynes has a fumble. A rare mistake for him tonight. Makes a miss and makes it up for the previous error, though, with a good tackle on Perkins. Pete Hooley, Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, Sam Durham come from the ground. They just look like putting a bit of attention onto that ankle. He's just getting it retaped. And as you said, he's been absolutely everywhere for the Bombers. So hopefully he's not out for too long.
Numbers for Sam again, Ash.
Sam Durham, Triple M Reds there, 21 touches.
So De Koning in the ruck, slaps it and taps it and traps it and tries to track it his own way. Chincotta went to give him a hand, punched it out towards Hollands. Little fumble, and then we'll have another stoppage. Still 65 out from Essendon's goal.
I don't know if you can pull any numbers up, Ash, but how are Carlton still in front in this game?
That's a very good question, Izzy. Let's pull it apart. Come back to you next stoppage from a data point of view.
That sounded almost even. So Goldstein, hand pass off to Durham. They've got a bit of space here for the hand pass to Parrish. He goes inside forward, Finney over the head of Caddy. And lost mark taken by Silvani. I thought I was watching a horror movie there.
You should read audio books for that voice, Ash.
It's turned evil.
No, it is amazing how they're still in front. You look at some of their prime movers. De Koning only 2 touches in this quarter. Cripps is actually statless, and Charlie Curnow, as you mentioned, is drifted out of the game since quarter time.
A little intimidated by you all of a sudden, man.
Then you turned around.
All 5'6". De Koning saw McGovern free now. If he moves it on quickly, he's got Curnow. Decides not to go to him initially. Misses him altogether. Motlop comes in, makes it work, splits the gap between the two. And he's paid the mark on the third attempt. And thank goodness for Jesse Motlop. He saved the day because Mitch McGovern nearly slaughtered it.
I'm not sure what I just witnessed there. We had Charlie Curnow absolutely out. He's put it between 2 Essendon defenders who both could have had a play on the ball, and somehow Motlop stuck one finger in there, bounced it up to himself. Actually very well done. Paddled it 3 or 4 times and was able to take the mark.
This for their first goal since the back end of the second quarter. Try and slow the Bombers down. Jesse Motlop's got 2. A fight back here from the Blues. 9-7-61 to 7-3-45. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan, proudly Australia made at home. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Ash just told us about Carlton's second half numbers and especially their third quarters as well as their fourth quarters, but they're trying to arrest the momentum here. They've had 6 of the last 7 inside 50s. They're starting to get their hands on the footy. They're starting to get some uncontested marks back in their game. And Curnow, he's starting to look like a presence again, even though he didn't get his hands on that footy.
Oh, the Blues get one back. 16 points is their lead. Don't forget the Macca's new McSmart meal is here. Get a cheeseburger, small fry, soft drink, plus your choice of the side. It's just $6.95. T's and C's apply, of course. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Williams out of the centre, but it was an under-pressure kick that bounces to the wing. Caldwell got there first. Good physical pressure from Motlop. It pushed the footy out to Chera. Hand pass over towards his teammate in Lord, who kicked it just inside towards forward 50, but outside Clark for the Bombers has taken the mark, the young man who kicked 3 goals in his debut. A little kick out to Johnson. Long kick across the wing for the Bombers towards half forward. Off hands to Hobbs. Hand pass over the top into the path of Caddy. He hooked it off the ground. Gresham sits underneath it. Marks 15 out. Kicks the goal. Oh, she's on at the MCG now. The Bombers are up for the fight. And the Blues hang on to a 10-point lead. 9-7-61 to Essendon's 8-3-51. 27 third term Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
It is on at the MCG, and Nate Caddy, every time you watch him, he pulls a trick out of that back pocket, and that was just like footy smarts. Sense the game, sense the moment. I don't think he deliberately laid it out on Gresham's chest there, but just got the game going forward. He knew Gresham had space, and he just wanted to get it somewhere near him. Ended up being a perfect kick off the ground.
On the Harvey Norman replay, he can just do little things that most mere mortals can't, Nate Caddy. That was a deliberate kick off the ground too. It was off the instep. He knew what he was doing.
Not sure he thought he was going to flush it that well though. That was magic.
It's a 10-point game.
Settle, Baz.
No, it's a great game of footy. That's all.
King's birthday eve at the MCG for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Clearance to Chera. He kicks a left foot ball to half forward. Motlop trying to work his way through a tackle. He couldn't. Stolen away by Caldwell. His kick smothered. Better defensive pressure from Carlton. Curnow tries to put it out in front of Fogarty. Couldn't find him. Knocked on back towards the Blues goal. Clever decision. Here's Motlop. Tackled straight away by Dersma. Had to stick the tackle, and he does, Xavier Dersma. And the Bombers open up the outer side.
Yeah, got a hand pass to Johnson. Goes across to Nick Martin, across the goal. Back pocket, left back pocket. Now a punched out hand pass to Perkins. Another one's to Lual, who's in his debut game. He's been good. Hand pass back to Martin, who kept running. They're on the wing now. Hand pass Roberts back to Martin by hand. Punched out a hand pass to Durham. A bouncing footy went past him. It missed the target. Durham spun out of a tackle. Hand passed about 25 metres to the forward pocket. Gresham's got it. Saad tackled him. Dragged him down. Free kick Saad. Wow. Is the pressure up here, Ash?
Bombers pressure rating in this quarter, 192. First half, they were just under 180.
I'll tell you what, there's been some stinking games this weekend, and I reckon we've got an absolute cracker here at the MCG.
We got the close one, Baz.
They have. Spot on, Jack.
Wouldn't be hard.
No.
In comparison to everything else. Fogarty marks. Haynes kick out of defensive 50.
And isn't the outer engaged?
It's a cold, chilly Sunday night. And the Coliseum is loud. O'Keefe, in his first game, takes a strong mark. 75 around from the Blues goal. The short kick to De Koning. He turns around and sends it to a dangerous area. Kick's not going to quite reach the distance. It's off hands to Martin, who sees Wright working hard on the Shane Warne stand side.
And he marks, and he's got space, but he's in no hurry because he's got no one further up the ground. So he waits for his teammates to make position, zone off. And one of those was Zach Merritt, just a short ball about 20 metres inboard, and marks at half back for the Bombers. Let's have a look at that clock. We've got 55 seconds left of this third term. And at the moment we've got a 10-point ball game in the favour of Carlton. They're led by 28 points at half-time in the Bombers' term after they slightly won the second term. The Laverde at half-back got it to Roberts. Kick back into the centre to McGrath. Tries to bounce past Big O'Keefe, but the ruckman put pressure on him. That was good. And and it's a turnover. Chera's got it.
He's got it to McGovern. Vacant goal square. He bombs away from inside the centre square, Mitch McGovern. And it's a behind. Clock stops 25 seconds.
Gee, that was lucky there, Essendon. They've had all the running, and McGrath just turns a simple ball when they should have been going deep inside 50 over, and Carlton shot on goal. But Cripps is statless for this quarter, man. I don't know if you can find it, but how many times has Cripps been statless in a quarter in his career?
Yeah, that's a great question. And he averages career low disposals against the Bombers as well, Cripps, so he struggles.
Yep. So you're not finding that stat for me?
Not yet.
That was a deflection. That was a smoke screen.
Akers kick back inside touch. It's nearly a mark. Tincotta, 15 out from the Blues goal. Big Charlie's got it. Tackled, lost it, dropping the ball. Free kick to the Bombers, deep back pocket.
Straight away.
Tried to get out a hand pass, but Merritt had his arms wrapped around him, and the Bombers skipper. Three-quarter time at the MCG, and we have got the close one for this round. No worries about that. 9-8-62 the Blues. The Bombers 8-3-51. Essendon back in business. Isaac Smith, Jack Heverin, the great Ash Turin, Peter Hurley downstairs. For McDonald's and Rim Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Titanium Caravans. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan, proudly Australian made and owned. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Macca's new McSmart meal is here. Get a cheeseburger, small fries and soft drink plus your choice of side for just $6.95. T's and C's apply.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus, receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range. Best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong, long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus, receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues, plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy. This quarter for Bunnings Trade. Bunnings Trade has tax time sorted with big deals on big brands.
Oh, things have got very, very interesting now in the Triple MCG. The Bombers kicked 4 goals to 1 in the third quarter. And all of a sudden, it's just an 11-point game at three-quarter time. Carlton 9-8-62. Essendon 8-3-51. Ash Chua for Red Z Lending. Big shift in quarter number 3.
Yeah, and we look at since quarter time, Jack. Those clearances, 25-16 the Bombers' way. They've kicked 3-1 from that score source, opposed to the Blues at 1 behind. And also since quarter time, Patrick Cripps only 4 touches, statless. As we mentioned, that third term in Curnow, just the 6 disposals, has not kicked a major since that time frame as well.
Red Z Lending, loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com. We're getting to the back end of the game. Pete Hooley for Bob Jane Team Arts. Any movement on the subs from either team?
Just keeping an eye on that. Day Wicks being the sub for the Bombers and Will White for Carlton. But I tell you what, wouldn't have been nice to be in that midfield group for the Blues. Michael Voss ran straight out there and gave him an almighty spray. Still no rain here, but if anything was to come of Michael Voss's spray, we'll see what happens.
Bob J Team Arts have got a great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Isaac Smith on Triple M Footy.
Yeah, well, the question is, Carlton have been terrible effectively in 2025 in their second halves. Can they step up here? I threw the question at you, Ash. Has Cripps ever been statless in a quarter before? And we're not sure. You threw a smoke screen at me, but I feel like he might be fired up. Voss has got him right in the middle to start this quarter. He's got Chera with Walsh as well and TDK in the ruck. So they've thrown all their big guns at it. Can they get this going?
What he put it down to is that he's an exceptional, player in the last 100 years of the game. What? Zero. That's not him. What's going on?
No, I think it's purely the way. Well, he wasn't able to get the ball around Stoppy, which is bizarre. But the way Essendon moved the ball, he was no chance of getting it in general play. And Carlton, they just weren't getting many uncontested marks. That they weren't moving the football that well, so he couldn't get involved in the turnover play. So he just needs to get his nose in the coal face and start winning it at the contest.
For McDonald and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. Sorry, Jack.
Oyster bass.
Yeah. Wow. And the Blues start the term with a lead of 11 points.
Both got it.
And there he is. At the bottom of the pack, Cripps gets the clearing hand pass to Walsh. Gets it to Hollands. Hand pass over to Walsh on the wing. Carlton will go to the punt road end in this final term, the famous punt road end. Back to Hollands, who tucks the footy under the arm, runs and delivers to half forward. A big fist on the footy goes out of bounds near Peter Hooley for Bob Jane Team Arts.
Yeah, Carlton made their sub Matt Carroll was out of this game. Will White straight in.
One of the great names in football, Wilbur White.
Will White.
Yep. Will White.
South Warrnambool boy too, as well. Out there tonight, yeah.
Got a good program down there.
He and Lou on the wall.
Ricky Henderson from Adelaide and Hawthorn was doing a bit of coaching down there too, man.
Ricky Henderson, there you go. Goldstein's handball. Stolen away by Motlop, just outside 50. Williams gets boots the ball. It'll pitch about 10 metres out from goal. Curnow dangerous out the back. But he won't get there in time. It's cleaned up by Roberts against the boundary line. Pryor. Risky handball. McGrath was there for support. He kicks to a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Caddy run underneath the footy and it spills behind the Doherty for Carlton. The hand pass to Hollands. One way then the other, and he goes back by hand close to the boundary line. A delivery in Broad Acres. Wow! The MCG erupts. Acres in the deepest of positions at half forward. Looked inside, couldn't see anything, so had a crack. And that is a ripping goal for the Blues. They go to 10-8-68. The Bombers 8-3-51. 17 points the lead for Carlton now. 1.5 final term. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Bunnings Trade has tax time sorted with big deals on big brands.
The MCG erupts, all right, Baz. Listen to the fans. They absolutely love that. I'm not sure if Akers was going to centre it or not, but he just sized him up and said, stuff this, I'm going for it myself, and he knocked it straight over. Boundary 49.5 metres out, I reckon.
Wow.
That's a finish.
Was he having a shot, Harvey Norman replay?
Oh, I think he was towards the end. I think he was looking at centre and he thought, you know what, I think the better option is I just have a go at this.
That is a big, big moment for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M Rocks footy. Essendon cannot allow Carlton to kick 2 in a row here. Caldwell spun 360. Ball jars loose on the wing. White's around the footy. Chera likewise as well. Durham next to him. By Matt Stevick calls for it.
And we talked about Cripps having no touches. First centre clearance this quarter. Cripps handball.
Yeah.
We'll be on Cripps' watch to start the fourth. Here he is again, trying to manoeuvre his way onto the ball. That's a big problem for Durham here. He lays on the Sherrin. He's caught holding it, and the Blues superstar skipper's got it.
And Cripps will go short, but it's sort of on the instep of the boot to Chera, who bumped off Luau and hung onto the footy. And pass over the top to Lord, comes back to Chera. He's 55 out. Luau with a big tackle. He just absolutely slammed him into the deck, all fair. Merritt's got it at halfback for the Bombers. He's hustled by Chincotta. It's punched out to Parrish, got it to McGrath. Hand pass Perkins to Bombers. Bombers want the corridor, punts it out in front of Caddy, and he's running to forward 50 with 3 Blues to beat.
He's still kept himself involved, Nate Caddy. Great athleticism. Perkins follows up for Essendon, 50 out from goal. Got pushed off it by Sard. And the Blues saved the day and streamed forward underneath the Shane Warne stand. Hollands with a bounce and now a second. Looks for options up ahead. He's got O'Keefe. He used his body wisely. The debutant.
That is a moment.
Shoves his man out of the way at the right time and has got it just inside 50.
Yeah, good forward. Kraft was able to move his Essendon opponent and take an easy mark in the end, but what about this? He's taken the mark 44 metres out, turned his back, gone back and said, hang on boys, I've got this.
Spent 3 years in Carlton's VFL system. He's had to work and grind for his opportunity at the elite level. And he has a moment. And it sways late. Very late. Carlton now with momentum. They lead by 18 points.
So Nick Martin from fullback goes short to Durham. He's in the deep back pocket. It's a bit of support from the Blues fans at the punt road end. And he kicks out here to the wing. Caddy underneath that, worked under it again by Silvani. And the ball spills to the back of the pack. On hands and knees. Daywicks punts it up for the Bombers to Gresham. Gresham kicks a bouncing ball inside forward 50 for the Bombers. Merritt's got a couple to beat. He's close to the boundary, 45 out. Fell over his own feet, punched down a hand pass back to Parrish. Parrish kick is smothered. Spills to Silvani. Hand pass Sard. Oh, jeez. Luau just smashed him as well. The ball spills back to the wing. Caddy's got it. Hand pass Martin. Hand pass Goldstein. Hand pass Parrish. And a rush kick to half forward for Essendon.
Good luck marking that one. It was not spinning on its way through. Handball over the top, misses Hobbs. And then he lays a high tackle.
If I'm an opposition player watching this on TV, I'm taking a mental note. Don't be around Luau when he wants to tackle.
He likes hurting people.
Oh, he does.
And we like watching it. Doherty runs and carries. Out of side wing and here at the MCG. Curno's his target. Charlie's got it 55 metres out from goal. 2 goals to his name. Lays it off short. Williams marks. 45 metres out, a little worse than a 45-degree angle. Pete Hooley, Bob Jane Team Arts.
Yeah, the sub has been made. Dave Wicks, you already heard, he's on the field. Archie Perkins is the tactical sub for the Bombers.
You can jump up, yep.
I'm not sure what Michael Voss said at three-quarter time, but it's worked. Carlton have got all the running early in this quarter.
7, 6, 5.
He's used his full allotment of 30 seconds, Zach Williams. 1 already to his name. He leans back on the kick. He's given it every chance. It's not over just yet. He's kept alive by DeConing, but it's run out of defence by Luau.
And the Bombers are on the run. Hand pass to Durham. Goes over the top to Caldwell. And the low drop punt will go to Caddy on the wing. Again, he's worked under the footy by Silvani brilliantly. And the ball at the back of the pack to Guelph. He rolls around. There'll be a ball up. What's the numbers for young Caddy tonight, Ash?
Nate Caddy for Triple M Red Z, 9 disposals, yet to hit the scoreboard. Had 5 alone in that third quarter, as well as a couple of score involvements.
So ball up on the broadcast wing. And the lead for the Blues at the moment, 18 points, 7 minutes final term.
Cripps is lifted. There's another clearance win. Off my hand to Chera. Ball bounces up to the wing.
Throw in.
And he's thrown in front of Andrew McGrath.
When Carlton Two-Man can get their uncontested marks game going, it feels like they control this game of football.
Yeah, +8 in this quarter for Red Z.
What about Lual's numbers? He's had 9 disposals, 1 goal, first kick club, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But 6 tackles, and I reckon every one of them's been felt.
Mr. Koenig. Cripps bursting his way through. Couldn't get rid of centre-field with a tackle. Advantage paid to the Bombers. Dersma through the middle of the MCG.
Look at him go with a hand pass into Gresham in the centre. Punched it forward again to Hobbs. He goes for a kick to the pocket. Sitting underneath it, Saab. With him, Guelphy for the Bombers in the pocket. Saab won the contest. Punts it out to Haynes. Got a rush kick. And went out of bounds before he got boot to ball. So deep left forward pocket boundary throw in for Essendon. So 8 minutes final term. And the Blues still with this 18-point lead.
Fourth quarter numbers, Ash Chua, Red Z Lending.
It's just the pressure rating for both teams, and I got excited. 2-14 to the Blues, 2-03 to the Bombers.
Yeah. Anything with a 2 at the front.
It's a big day for Two-Man.
It is.
Does some funny things too, Ash.
He's shown a gamut of emotions tonight.
He has. Nick Martin hangs on to that exit kick. And he's got the footy in his hand, 51 metres out from goal.
Stay out.
He's a sneaky long kick.
Yeah, he's got this in his repertoire.
Play on.
He's going to run around. Handball's an interesting decision. Gave it to Gresham, who had his back to goal. Didn't think their way through that one very well.
No.
And Setterfield tackle.
Now the Bombers 47 metres out from goal.
Just here, guys. Move
Carlton hanging on.
Here it is.
Essendon have been coming at them since quarter time. After they had a big lead. De Koning out of the pack. From half-back, he kicks a long ball to the outer side wing. Laverde, he tracks it. He's on his own. He can go backwards with a kick to young Clark. Stands alone at true centre half-back. Plays on immediately. Looks out here to the broadcast wing. And he's got Day Wicks. Delivery good. And he's taken the mark. He's gone corridor. Bombers aggressive in their movement. And Roberts has got it for the Bombers and he's on the run.
Gave it to Martin. Looks lateral. They just don't seem to want to push forward here, Essendon. Pryor, good kick. Saw that Gresham had snuck out the back. And he marks down low.
Play on.
Oh, plays on. Just inside 50. Gresham wheels around. And misses. Another one for the night, 1-1. And a couple that have just fallen short. 10 minutes into the final term here at the MCG. It's Carlton 10-9-69, Essendon 8-4-52. Triple M Bunnings straight scoreboard.
I always think it's interesting when players play on that quickly after taking a mark. You're still going to have all that space if you go back and you take 10 or 15 seconds and actually size up the goal. It never looked like Gresham was going to knock that over.
Silvani to Haynes, back to Silvani, then a short kick to the deep right back pocket to Wiedering, back to Silvani at full back. With a short kick and he marks. 17 points. Carlton's way. 10.5 final term. Silvani. Long kick in front of the members. McGrath read it. Played them out. Hand pass off to Day Wicks for the Bombers. Hand pass Parrish back to Day Wicks. Kicks them back inside. 20 out from goal. Wiedering with a big fist on the footy. Roberts leap for Carl Trappett. Quick kick out of the pack for the Blues. Bounces into the centre. A big goal. He's gone at it.
DeConing got him. Crowd wanted a free kick. Right. Williams has snuck out the back and they find him. Zach Williams just needs the footy to sit. All eyes as he runs into an open goal. Slams it up into the stands. And the Blues have got another. Williams with 2. Breathing space for the Navy Blues now. 11-9-75 to 8-4-52. 11 minutes gone. Triple M Bunnings straight scoreboard.
The lid's off, Two-Man.
Certainly is. I reckon they're really starting to get on top in the clearances. They got hammered in quarters 2 and 3, as you know. 6-1 Carlton's way, and a lot more efficient as well when going inside 50. The 6 entries they've had, they've kicked 2 goals, 1.
So the coach was aggressive at three-quarter time. He's asked the question, and his charges so far have answered.
All set.
Don't forget, Ream Hot Water built for tough rising conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. The plumber will nod and smile, and he's saying, subliminally, they'll be saying, well done, good choice. Bounce is shocking, and it'll be recalled. McDonald's to Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. The umpire will throw it in the air. Carlton back out to a handy lead, 23 points. 12 and a half final term, and the Bombers got another yelp. Yeah, Durham at the bottom of the pack, tackled beautifully by Chera, and the ball spills out. Carlton with a long high kick to half forward. Running with the flight of the footy, Dersma for Essendon, went straight into Chincotta, and the ball spilled and headed to the boundary line. That was deliberate. Through to Essendon, and Johnson to take it on defensive 50.
We're getting close to the last touch every week. And 50. Fogarty didn't stand.
How good's that by the umpire?
Just past the middle, mate.
I wish I could play 50 against my kids, but they don't listen like Fogarty did then.
Fine. Time. Outside.
They just run off and slam their door.
Play on.
The centre field from next to the Amy centre circle. Bombers need a mark inside 50. O'Keefe has been super impressive on debut. Gets back and marks, but that's a risky ball. Hung in the air for a while. Dersma came across and fisted out of bounds right forward pocket.
It's his 5th contested mark, Jack, for O'Keefe.
Okay.
Yep.
He's a big boy.
Hold the meter.
I'll just say, Ash, the numbers were going to be 75. What's our crowd here?
Good crowd, Baz. 74,280.
He's good with the numbers.
He's outstanding.
He is outstanding.
Rain Man.
They will make that film about him one day. Boundary throw in. Bombers at the city end of the ground, where they need to be. Corbett at the bottom of a big pack. Spills to Lord for Carlton. A kick to the wing. Curnow strong in front of Laverde. Takes the mark on the wing. Big Chaz kicked 2 goals in the first term. He was short one over the top to Lord, who ran on. And he's marked true wing position, broadcast side of the ground for the Blues.
Cooper Lord's numbers, Two-Man, Red Z Lending.
Cooper Lord, he's had 21 disposals, which is currently an equal PB.
Great to see. Pryor for the Bombers. Chimes in and marks inside their defensive area. Setterfield laboured over the ball. Johnson. Handball from Daywicks was to no one in particular. Turnover coming back the other way. Haynes from just outside his range. Lays a little pass off to White. He'll want to turn around and get onto his left foot, but his kick was smothered. Great work by Martin. Tries to move it on forward. He hacks it up to the wing and it works.
And Gresham marks and hand passes back over the top to the running Martin. He's got Doherty approaching him. And he pops it up to Caddy at half forward. Can he mark this time? Wiedering slaps it down. Gresham's got it. Has a long shot at goal. It's a bouncing footy. It bounces home. Wow. The Bombers transition and score a major. 9-4-58 they go to. Carlton 11-9-75. And we're 15 minutes into the final term of the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Bunnings Trade has tax time sorted with big deals on big brands.
The heart's still beating for Essendon, and I'll give benefit of the doubt to Gresham there. I thought he was trying to centre that to Kako, and he just got a beautiful run, and it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling and went through. So that was selfless play from Gresham, but he ended up taking the chocolates, and Essendon, there's still a chance. There's still a chance, Two-Man.
They started with the territory battle as well. They've had 5 out of the last 8 entries, the Bombers. Just a bit of a quirky stat here for you, Jack. So the 4 debutants this year for the Bombers, all of them have achieved first kick, first goal. Kako, Edwards, Daywicks, and of course Lawal this evening.
Wow.
What are the chances of that?
Thank you to Swamp, the godfather of statistics.
No, you could have claimed that as your own, Ash.
Yeah, you should have, Ash.
That's actually unbelievable.
That's about as quirky as it gets. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Hewitt through the middle, gave a handball off. Martin playing off half-back. Went without the ball. Chincotta bends down and picks it up. He's tackled immediately.
Ball's out.
Umpire letting it go, as you heard, said the ball was out, but only for a moment.
So you said there's been 254 in the history of the game, or 255, or maybe
284.
284, and we've had 4 for one team in 1 year.
That's right. I've been saying 284 for the past 10 years. A great spud for all. He used to catch me up with that particular stat.
Roberts has kicked outside defensive 50 for the Bombers, but straight to Akers. And Akers will bring the Blues back in. Oh, he's got Motlop on his own. He's got him.
Good kick.
That was a ripping kick, and he's marked this about 15 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, and what I love most about that, Akers got the ball and he looked straight away to see, do I have any teammates that are in a dangerous position? And he ripped it straight away. Motlop had back position, had plenty of space, takes an easy mark. He got a pretty simple shot on goal here.
He's had some real important moments in this game, Akers. In the opening goal, this final term was blistering, and now he's set up Motlop. Before the kick, the Blues hold a 17-point lead. He fires and he misses. He's pushed it right. The Bombers breathe again. It's an 18-point lead to the Blues. 8 minutes left on the clock, Big Jack.
Gee whiz, the game's still alive now. Big Baz.
It's still alive, but Carlton Essendon need to get to work in the clearances. It's 10-1 this quarter. Michael Voss's spray worked.
It's coming back in. Motlop couldn't get a fly at the ball. And it's marked by Johnson in game number 2, Zach Johnson. He's going to get it back here and run and carry out of defence. No one comes at him, so time for a bounce and then sends it to the wing for a one-on-one. Gresham's been super lively in this fourth quarter. Kicked the last Bombers goal and wins his little one-on-one with Silvani. Back by hand to Caldwell. He kicks for Guelphy in the pocket.
Play on.
Not out of bounds just yet. Wiedering gave up on it. Great tackle, Guelphy, who didn't give up on it.
Oh, he's done well there, Guelphy. Halved the contest with Wiedering and then holding the ball with Haynes. You couldn't ask for much more.
He's gone backwards with his kick to Roberts, and he's marked this about 65 to 70 out from the Bombers' goal. Runs around on that trusty left foot. He'll pop this 20 out to Konings in the van, but dropped the mark. The ball landed on Wiedering's head. Lual picks it up. Hand pass, Parrish, hand pass to Martin. Nick Martin fires from the forward pocket. He's got it. Oh, the Bombers are pumped. Just when you thought this one was going to snuff out, the Bombers get a couple of goals, and it's a 12-point lead now to Carlton. 11-10-76 here. Essendon get a 10-4-64. 19 final term. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard is. This is a cracker.
Well, we just talked about how Michael Voss's spray worked at three-quarter time. 10 clearances to 1 in the midfield. Carlton are all over Essendon there, but Essendon, the turnover game transition. They're getting on top, 12 points. Who would have thought? It felt like the game was over.
And Nick Martin, number 1 ranked player in this quarter. 9 disposals, 3 score involvements and a goal.
Isn't it funny? As soon as he stepped that Carlton defender in Wiedering, you knew it was going straight through, even though it was a tight angle.
11 goals, 5 for the season for Nick Martin, and that one comes at a big time for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M Rocks footy. Cripps inside the centre circle, takes the ball. And the char's free, and Hewitt can't get a handball away. Carlton led by 38 points early in the second quarter. The Bombers have not gone away since then. Durham hoiks it around the body. No mark paid to Haynes. Doherty has a fumble, 60 out from goal. Caddy receives the footy. He kicks long and hits the behind post that's out of bounds on the full. 6.5 minutes remaining at the MCG. Carlton by 12 points. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Well, it's another classic between these two great clubs. Wiedering in the back pocket. Has it for the Blues. Can he work it out? Can he find someone? Looks to the outer side and he's gone for the long, low drop punt. Back of the pack, it might fall for Fogarty. Bumped off it by young Clark for the Bombers. Ball still on the deck. Caldwell put his head over it, dove into the pack. And the umpire says, I'll take it.
He did well there, young Clark, because Essendon lost back position at that contest. They gave Carlton a front door exit if they wanted it and were clean. But Clark was able to mop up the poor discipline there from the Essendon players.
Isaac Smith on Triple M footy.
Yes.
Seabus super, flying solo all night long. He's been superb.
No, he's been magnificent.
Big game player, and he's stepped up in a big situation. 60 out from Essendon's goal.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
That's it. Put in 2 invoices for tonight. Dersma. No mark taken. Outside wing. McGrath fossicking around for the ball. Goldstein has a fumble. He looks absolutely cooked, Goldie. He's played a few games in a row. That'll be a high tackle against Motlop.
Yeah, I'm staying outside of play, mate. Okay.
So an Essendon free kick on the outer side. And Johnson is going to bring it back to McGrath, who's had a good night, Ash.
He has 22 touches along with 10 intercepts.
The Bombers lose territory and go back inside their defensive 50. 3 short kicks and young Clark's got it. Comes out here to the broadcast wing and underneath it. So a fly flew through the window and got me. Dave Wicks has taken the mark. Left foot ball towards half forward. Oh, working off his opponent beautifully with Setterfield, and that was Walsh's opponent. And he's marked this guy on the full forward. Merritt's on from the side. It's a big mark to Dersma in his 100th game. And Dersma's only about 15 metres out. Oh, goodness, to bring this game back to 6 points with 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Dersma goes back with a footy.
What a mark, what a wing play. He floated down. They were able to identify that he had the fly, sat it up there and just swooped across the front of the pack.
Dersma starts to trot in. He fires at the city end and he's got it. Oh, it's a 6-point ball game. Carlton just hanging on. The Bombers are coming. 11-10 plays 11-4. 23 final term. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
They're not just coming, Baz, they've arrived. It's game on. 6 points, 1 goal. How good's this? We've got the close one, as we said earlier. There's been some shithouse footy this week. And my love for the game's back.
Yes, it is.
Essendon's still morning as well.
What was that?
4.5 minutes left. Are you going to make it to the end, Matt?
Oh, no problem. I'm a professional.
Someone hand him a fisherman's friend. 76 plays 70.
Yes.
Bombers fans come alive.
Oh, look at this joint, Jack.
Oh, huge clearance here. When the umpire decides to bounce it.
For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M rocks footy. De Koning trying to slap it forward. Parrish was there. Chera hugs him tightly. Darcy Parish, first game back from injury for the season. The longer it's gone, the better he's been. Free kick for a block.
This isn't worst case for Essendon. They've been good on transition. If they can turn it over here.
Holland's down from half-back, looking to find a target inside forward 50. Doesn't reach Kerno. Free kick here. Harvey Norman replay will be an interesting watch. Kerno goes to ground. And Jaden Laverty looks with a wry smile back at the umpire and says, "You've got to be kidding me."
Well, it sort of felt like the ball had already exited the play. Kerno had a play on it, wasn't able to get it, and then they just got tangled up. That's what it looked like. Yeah, that's stiff. I know he had his arm wrapped around him, but to me, that's good defending.
We haven't seen a lot of Charlie Kerno since quarter time.
Big kick, massive.
Long range to the punt road end and to the boos of the Bombers supporters. It's not going to make the distance. Still available. It trickles through for a handy point.
Handy.
7-point lead. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. 3.5 minutes left at the MCG.
It's good stuff. It's great stuff. 75,000 here. Kick from fullback to Clark. Oh, dangerous ball. White jumps over the top of the Blues. Puts his own footy. Massive tackle. Play on, said the umpire. Parrish has got it for Essendon. Hand pass Merritt. Kick to right on the wing. 1-on-1 with Wiedering. Free kick right. No advantage to the Bombers. Caddy wanted to run away. It'll come back to right. The ball is with him now, and the clock stops at 3 minutes 11 with Carlton leading by 7 points.
He gave a handball off to Angus Clark. Aggressive kick. Great kick back in the corridor. But Durham dropped the mark. It was tailor-made for him. It burst through his hands. And Saad defers laterally. Back to Doherty. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. Carlton by 7 points. And they're in possession at half-back through Walsh.
How big was Laverde's tackle?
Yeah.
He's instructed to play on Sam Walsh, so does exactly that. Goldstein and De Koning fight for it once more. Knock forward to Caldwell. Couldn't access right with a handball. And a trip. He's going to be a Sam Walsh free kick, so Carlton get the ball back again on the wing.
This will be interesting on the Harvey Norman. I think that's just a good tackle.
Free kick to Walsh. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearances on. Don't miss unbeatable deals on Tech Furniture betting and more. Go Harvey Norman best ground. We've got a 50-metre penalty. Is what happened?
I actually don't know. I feel like the Essendon player was tracking Doherty there.
Daywicks ran through the mark.
Oh, did he run through?
But got away with it originally.
Oh, okay.
The umpire standing right there didn't pay it.
Yeah, right.
He's not a massive 50, you'd have to say.
Nah, about a 35.
Yep. So you can. Walsh could have been brought a bit closer than this. He doesn't go for goal. He's gone short just inside forward 50. And there'll be a shot on goal for the Blues from Akers on a 45-degree angle. He's got to kick this 50 metres.
He's on the mark.
He started it off in the final term, didn't he?
Well, he did. Brilliant goal, but I would say here, it's funny, look for another mark. Don't necessarily go for the goal. If he knocks it over, all well and good. If it's a behind, he gives Essendon a chance. You're better off kicking it out of bounds on the full if you can't kick the goal.
Let's see what he does. He runs in. He's gone for the goal, and he's kicked a nothing out of bounds on the full. Out of bounds on the full, hooked it badly, and the Bombers, with 1 minute 35 on the clock, one last chance.
Oh, they've got an issue here. Turnover, Fantasia doing a little dance in the forward pocket. Back to Akers, who snaps. He scores this time, and it's an 8-point lead to Carlton. Bombers need 2 scores, and they've got a minute 23 to play with.
Yeah, this sets up better for Essendon. They get the ball here. 2 shots on goal. They can win still.
Straight up the ground to Caddies. In front doesn't mark. Roberts front and square. Ball bounced past him to McGrath. Punches into the centre. Cripper's going to go. With him is Guelphy. They both go to ground. Cripps drags it in, pushed it out. Then he got it to Hewitt. Hewitt picks it up for Carlton. High kick back inside. Martin underneath it for the Bombers. Dropped it. Ran into Fantasia. Lays the tackle. Hand pass punched out to Johnson. Motlop tackles him. Holding the man. Free kick for the Bombers. Johnson had taken it half back. But the Bombers in all sorts of trouble with 50 seconds left on the clock.
They go wide, but they can't afford to go wide. They have to be long and they have to be direct. Laverty knows exactly that. Back into the corridor. All or nothing kick. Cripps has given away a push. Durham to take it, and he kicks a spiralling, awkward ball inside Essendon's forward 50.
Good mark.
Doherty back with courage.
Enormous.
Had no idea what was coming the other way, but did what was best for the team and takes a game-saving mark.
Spot on, Jack. That was enormous. As Doherty kicks back out here to the wing, the Blues are going to hang on. 18 seconds left on the clock. Durham up, doesn't mark. Carlton fight for it at ground level. Punched out to DeCarney. He's been enormous. Hand pass inboard. White's got it. Tackle. Parrish is there. Ball went past him. Carlton get the clearing ball. Walsh kicked forward to the wing. Up they go. Pryor doesn't mark. Siren goes. Blues hang on. Big win for Carlton at the G. 11-12-78. Bombers 11-4-70 in a cracker.
An unforgettable Sunday night at the MCG. Carlton led by 33 points at quarter time. It looked as though they'd completely set the game up, but Essendon took them all the way to the final siren. The Blues by 8 points. Here's Paddy Cripps talking to Channel 7.
It's just good to win in the end. We probably one goal away in the middle of that last just to really put the foot down, but credit to them, they clawed back and then were able to hang on late.
How do you beat those mental demons of, your second halves haven't been your best? How do you put them behind you just to nail out that win?
Yeah, we just got to keep sticking to the process. There's no secret to it. It's just not get distracted and keep playing aggressive, assertive footy. And we've still got a bit of work to go, but I feel like, especially that first half, some of the ball movement stuff that we worked on over the break started to come out. We just got to do it for longer. But teams also got to take it off you as well, so you got to have multiple modes to still try and hit the scoreboard. But it's just nice to win, to be honest.
You spent a bit of time that third quarter deep forward. Was that just more scoring options and also get your legs for that fourth quarter?
Yeah, a bit of both, to be honest. It's just try and hit the scoreboard a bit more, which I've been able to do a bit this year, and also get some zip in there with Zachy Williams, Jesse Motlop, guys like that who can really have a 4 or 5 minute burst of quarter. So I thought Jesse was huge tonight. He's he's copped a fair bit of criticism this year, which I feel like's been pretty unfair for a fourth-year player, and for him today to not only kick the goals but his pressure and some of his big moments, I thought he was huge today, and I'm so proud of him.
Well done, go and enjoy it with the boys.
Thanks,
Paddy Cripps talking to Aaron Phillips, courtesy of Channel 7. Carlton win tonight by 8 points in a ripping game of footy at the MCG. 11-12-78 to 11-4-70. We are down in the Blues rooms with Halls on the other side of this. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Bunnings Trade. Bunnings Trade has tax time sorted with big deals on big brands.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you. T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $550 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now under $700. Save $100 on Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front-load washer. And save $400 on Dyson V11 stick vac. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you. T's and C's apply.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy. The Triple M footy review for Amy. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.
Carlton is still out on the MCG, soaking it all in. And as they should as well, they win by 8 points tonight, 11-12-78 to Essendon, 11-4-70. It's the Triple M Amy review. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy. That was just a good old-fashioned fight, that one, Isaac Smith.
Yeah, it was. It was a great game of footy. In the end, we thought, 20 minutes into the first quarter, that Carlton were going to run away with this by 12 or 15 goals. They were absolutely all over Essendon in clearance and uncontested marks, but the game flipped on its head halfway through that second quarter. Essendon kicked that goal right on half-time with Peter Wright as well, so they got close enough, came out in the third quarter, put the clamps on Carlton, and somehow Carlton was still in front. It felt like Essendon had all the running. We talked about how poor Carlton's second halves were, and they weren't looking much chop. Michael Voss gave them a good almighty spray at three-quarter time. They smashed them in clearances. Essendon, they smashed them, Carlton did in the end. And then uncontested marks as well in that last quarter. They got on top, but Essendon threw everything at them and were probably unlucky not to win.
So from a Carlton point of view now, they go to 5-7, Baz. They've got the West Coast Eagles next Sunday, so they should win that. North Melbourne here, they should, in theory, win that. And Port Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval.
You never know.
You don't know. So even if they win 2 of their next 3, that's going to take them to 7 and 8. They're sort of just hanging around, aren't they? They've got Collingwood after that, which will be tough. But they're not completely out of it just yet.
They're not, isn't I tell you? And it's sort of one of, as Jack said, the fighting win here tonight. I mean, against the old enemy, and to be able to take the points away and then have a bit of a run now. This is their moment. This is Carlton's. But that could galvanise the group tonight to be able to be challenged like that and come away with the points.
Well, it was interesting listening to Paddy Cripps talk to Channel 7 there at the end of the game, and he mentioned they talked about their ball movement over the bye, and they put a lot of things in place, and we saw that in the first half come to fruition. So it works. Can they do it a whole game? At the moment, I'd say no. So they'll keep working on it. But you saw signs that it was a little bit of a different Carlton team. It wasn't purely had to be won in the contest. They were impressive the way they moved the ball through the middle of the ground at times. But that's going to take time and work. And it's going to be hard. It's a long road back for them at the moment. I think they're still a win behind Essendon.
They are.
On the ladder. So... it's going to be hard work for them, but they'll get to work and see what they can do.
And it might sound strange, right, because the Bombers aren't a side that everyone's looking for finals, top 4. No, we're going to go down, but they are in good form at the moment. They're playing good footy. They are putting a lot of pressure, like Brisbane. And so don't underestimate, I reckon, this win from Carlton, because the Bombers were very good.
They've been very good since they got smashed by the Bulldogs a few weeks ago. They've been really good since then, Baz. You are absolutely spot on. Peter Hooley's down in the Carlton rooms. They look knackered as they come towards you, Hulls.
Yeah, they do. They're starting to really pipe up now as they come and grab a couple of Gatorade, get the big fella, the big specimen, O'Keefe, the debutant, in the middle. Big few sighs of relief as the family continue to gather here as they get ready for the song. And the big fella right in the middle. It's already absolutely covered. There is no Gatorade left for any player to drink. You can tell he is a very, very well-liked man. As they get ready here to sing a song.
Win number 5 tonight for Carlton. We'll head back down there shortly. I think the Blues are just about to jump into a little bit of a meeting. So let's go to our Maccas. I'm loving it moment. It happened early in the fourth quarter. This ripper from Blake Acres. And the call from the Peoples was just as good.
Yeah, Caddy run underneath the footy, and it spills behind the Doherty for Carlton. The hand pass to Hollands. One way then the other, and he goes back by hand close to the boundary line. A delivery in Port Acres. Wow! The MCG erupts. Acres in the deepest of positions at half forward. Looked inside, couldn't see anything, so had a crack. And that is a ripping goal for the Blues.
Oh, just delightful. Absolutely delightful from Barry Denner. Just beautiful as always, Baz.
No, too kind. Just a humble servant of the
You've had a big weekend, Baz.
Thank you.
You haven't got a game tomorrow, have you?
No, I haven't, Jack.
So just go home and rest.
Yes. No, absolutely. No, if it's time for a little spell.
I reckon in the new CBA, coaches shouldn't be able to rip the players in straight after the song.
It's a bit of a momentum killer, isn't it? Even for the players to... Yeah, in fact, we just sort of saw on the Harvey Norman replay, I think Michael Voss just kind of said, come on, boys, get out there and enjoy it. Yeah, they're hard enough to win games of footy in this competition. So we're down to speak to Nick Haynes by the looks of things in just a few moments. Just back on the Bombers to Baz's point, Izzy, because we'll turn our attention to Carlton after this. They have a crack. In the last 3 weeks, they beat Richmond on a Friday night here at the MCG. They had a really, really good showing last Thursday night in Brisbane, and tonight's game as well. They're doing the best with what they've got available.
Yeah, they are, and I've spoken plenty of times this season. I really like how Brad Scott's setting them up. It feels like they're setting them up to genuinely have a tilt at being a top 4 side, and I know Essendon fans get frustrated at times, but you just got to be patient, because if you want to be a successful club, it doesn't happen overnight, and there's been some bumps along the road, and I feel like he's making decisions not just on the field, but externally from what's actually happening on the field, that he's setting Essendon up. And you see it play out on the field just with their consistency, and we talk about how many players they've had out injured, and they probably don't have the talent depth that other clubs have, but they're getting there, so you just got to be patient.
And you think about, we're just talking about it, if you plug Sam Draper, Nick Cox, Al Hooley, Jones, Langford, Mackay, Reid, Ridley and even Bryan back into this lineup, it's a completely different ballgame.
It is. But as you said, they're doing the best with what they've got, and it's still pretty good. They're challenging most weeks.
So the Bombers have got Geelong next week here at the MCG.
You've got a couple of tough ones coming up.
They do. Then Freo in the West, which will be a challenge as well. They've got the bye coming up after that, and then the Gold Coast Suns on the other side of the bye. So this is going to be a tough few weeks for Essendon with the amount of injuries that they've got. Yeah,
it is, and you've got to grind through this part of the year, especially when you're in a position like they are, and who knows how it'll come out, but you've got to stick fat as a club.
Let's get back down into the rooms for Bob Jane Team Arts, who have got a great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Halls has got the Frankston Flyer, Nick Haynes.
I sure do, Nick. Big win. Obviously a big sigh of relief. You could feel it in here as the boys came in, obviously getting around the debutant, Hudson O'Keefe. Knowing all the troubles you've had in the second half, but to find a way to hold on, it must feel bloody good.
Yeah, I think getting to that hot start really saved us, and as you said, we just grounded out from there, and it was a wet, cold night and big contest, but great for the club to be able to scrape on in that second half.
Take us back to the start, because it looked like a team that had been hungry. We know we had the bye last week, just desperate to get back on. 2 losses going into the rest, and then you really came out hungry in that first quarter.
Yeah, we actually trained really well over the break and got a good rest, and you could see the energy in the first quarter was really up there, and some good inclusions, Fantasia and Williams down the forward line, and Chincotta really brought the energy, and it was a real hot start, and we've been working on a bit of ball movement stuff, and it was good to see in that first half.
Nick, Paddy Cripps touched on post-game that ball movement stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about it? It looked like that you were facing the game really quickly, trying to take those options a little bit, maybe change the angle and through the middle of the ground.
Yeah, we're just trying to make the ground big and, just move the ball forward more productively and trying to get that defence to collapse on us a bit and just get more beneficial inside 50, because first half of that season we'll just slow play inside 50, and it's a hard way to make a living that way.
And we noticed Vossi gave the midfielders a fair clip at 3/4 time. You obviously weren't in that group, but do you have any idea what he said? Because the first 12 clearances of that quarter, you guys won them 11-1.
Yeah, I think it was a full team that third quarter. We let ourselves down there, and it doesn't help if we don't win out of the middle. So it was good to see them respond. I thought Cherry in that second half of that third quarter really stood tall and was able to had our own in there.
Hey, a good understanding you're building there in that back group, Nick, obviously with Weeders and Doc and Mitchie down there as well, but you seem to have slipped in there beautifully, and all of you were under pressure tonight. The Bombers were coming at you, but that back half had held up.
Yeah, we've actually got a lot of experience down there with Doherty down there, and Silvani come back from injury, who's been amazing all year, and he's just been great for us, having Silvani and Weeder as the 2 key pillars and us working around them. So it was great to have experience when we were looking around, and I think Doherty led the charge in that.
Mate, your season was probably a little bit slower start than what you would have liked, but it feels like the last month to 6 weeks you're playing some really strong footy.
Yeah, I think having those boys back there really helped my game, and coming to a new system, trying to understand that. But yeah, having those boys back there and having our midfielders put on a lot of pressure. I think we're number one in contest and high in pressure too, so that really helps my game as well.
And just young Hudson there, who got into the centre circle there, and he got sprayed with the Gatorade. Looked like he didn't like it too much, and he looks like he's the sort of bloke you wouldn't want to upset.
Yeah, no, you can get a bit upset, old Dale. So he doesn't play after his first game. He gets angry, so I'd like to see him off to 200. But but no, you got to enjoy the Gatorade share. You only get it once, so I'll give him some stick for that.
Did you have to explain the nickname Skull? Like, he's that young. Would he even know Kerry O'Keefe? Would he understand all of that?
Probably not.
Have you had
Good
a chance?
nickname, though.
That's a great nickname.
Yeah.
You had a chance to get over to Adam Cherry. He looked like he had his bones really rattled in that early part of the second quarter.
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard there, and pretty good effort to get through the game. And as I said, I thought he was massive in that third quarter, head over the ball, and stood tough for us. So he's a tough player.
Nick, well done. You had to hang in there, and you did. Congratulations on a good win.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Nick Haynes joining us on Triple M Footy. He has slotted in really well.
Reinvented himself.
Yeah, he has. He was under a bit of pressure early, and I thought
his
last 6 weeks have been brilliant.
Yep.
Is he? Let's get the votes in the Triple MVP Award, which is the one that all the players want to win. You 3-2-1.
Yeah, they do. I went Akers one vote. I just thought he had a very similar game to Sam Walsh, 29 touches. He had 1 goal, 1. And I feel like his kicking was a little bit better tonight than what it has been this year. So that massive goal, it decided the game. It felt like the momentum went in Carlton's favour after that. So that was big. Martin, I thought, was huge for Essendon. He had 32 disposals, 9 intercepts, over 500 metres gained and a goal. And the best on ground, I thought, was DeConey. He had 23 touches, 7 clearances, 10 score involvements, 29 hit-outs, but 13 to advantage. So he was the best player on the ground.
You would think that the Saints would be just licking their lips based on what they saw tonight with Tom DeConey if he chooses to go to Moorabbin next year.
Yes.
It's going to fit in very, very nicely.
Well, I think they'd be crawling over broken glass to get him.
Baz, you look absolutely shocked.
No, I'm looking.
You look done.
No, I want to step into the night now, Jack. I'm going to head to the city and... No, I'm going
go to bed.
I'm going home, Ash.
We are going to wrap things up because you look absolutely buggered.
I appreciate that.